talking and doing other stuff.
Okay. Just mute it. I can mute it. No.
It just then might mute it for the output.
It will for sure.
I'll double check it.
I'll take fucking runners up. Yeah, don't do that one of that. Papa we take.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah. You? 3 plus 1.
Yeah. We don't need to know.
No, that's fine. Small blind, please.
Nine fold.
Strings on, yeah?
Yeah. C2 fold. C4 fold.
Rightio, so welcome back to day 4 of the main event. We have had a ton of technical issues this morning, so we do apologise for the delay in the stream and also for a couple of players that have also already been eliminated from this main event. In that of Frenchie Bananas also out. There's a couple of other players, but I am also joined in the commentary booth alongside Adam Burke and Jamie Hall to talk about a few of the technical issues that we had, but we will also be calling the action all the way through, and we've got the table mic working too, boys. So a couple of losses, couple of wins, and hopefully we're going to have a pretty good stream for the final 5 players playing in this Winter Championship main event. Berkey, how are you?
Absolutely. Bit of chicken with a head cut off around this morning, trying to get everything underway.
Yep.
So we did lose 4 players in that first session. I will run through who we lost and when we lost them and the hands they lost on.
Yep.
Over the next, short bit of time. So we'll have a quick chat about who's sitting at the table. We've got Yifan there with 26 million, who knocked a couple of players out. Nigel with 4.3 million, 17 bigs. Jessica there with 11 million in 44 bigs. Charlie with 3 million, 12 bigs. And Justin is going for player of the series, isn't he, Jamie?
Yeah, if he makes 2 more ladders, he will be, I believe, in pole position.
Beautiful. But we still have the deep freeze to go tonight, obviously.
Yes, indeed, and the Berserker.
And the Berserker. So yeah.
Still some points, still anyone's game. Certainly anyone in the top sort of 20 could make a good stab for at least the top 3.
You two raise 500,000.
Actually, that will work.
C5 fold. C7 fold.
Yep, we got it.
Still working through a couple of things.
Still working through a whole bunch of stuff. So we do apologise for it. The players did come back today at midday, and we were probably on a 25, maybe 45 minute, between 25 and 45 minute delay because we were trying to figure out what happened with the comms upstairs and the table audio. It was just an absolute disaster, but we are back up and going.
It's amazing how everything just happens at once, doesn't it, Monkey?
Especially during the main, just Murphy's Law.
Murphy's Law.
Now, if Dom can hear us downstairs, if you wouldn't mind removing that broadcaster off the screen. Yeah, perfect. And we're back to the action now all of a sudden. So the blinds here, 125K, 250K, 250K, big blind ante. You're listening to myself, Josh Monk, a.k.a. Monkey, alongside Adam Berkey, and Jamie. I've got the Ebola 2.0 Hall, who has actually worked extremely hard to also bring you this particular footage today, and he covered some hands yesterday. He did also put up a very good video, Jamie, of all of the players that came back and returned today. You can see that up there on the Facebook page.
Yeah, worked out
final
really well. Worked out really well actually. When you ask poker players to sit down and have a chat, none of them really want to, and it feels really awkward. But a little bit of editing, and they all came back and said they really liked it. So really glad that went down all right.
And that's up on the PlayLive Facebook page?
On the Facebook page.
There you go. Beautiful.
All right, sorry. 9th place today, we did lose Liam Neeson,
Okay.
the man himself. He was in the small blind, short stacked, jammed with Queen Jack suited and got called by Justin with King 6 suited of
Okay.
hearts. Board just ran out. Absolutely no one got a pair. King high held.
Okay, there we go.
Second, we lost Sam. It was blind versus Yifan. So he was sitting in seat 3. Yifan jammed on him and ended up calling because I only think he had 3 big blinds left with Jack 3. Yifan had Queen Jack, Queen in the wind, Queen on the flop, and pretty much GG's from there.
Yep.
Absolutely no run out. Banana Amador, he lost a huge pot to Charlie Who. Now Charlie given a fair bit of it back and forth, but he lost a massive pot to him with King 3. Charlie King 3, he had King 5 in the blinds and a 3 hit.
Oh, yuck.
It goes check, check on the river, and the pair of 3s won it after 3 streets of betting.
Okay.
And Frenchie found the ace 7 of diamonds against
The Pocket Kings, I think it was.
Pocket Kings of Yifan.
Yep.
And both an ace and a king both came on the flop and almost drew him dead.
Yep.
So that is the chips that have been passed around. And we are back with the final 5.
Now, you might have been able to catch that action in the previous stream without the commentary. Is that correct there, Jamie Hall?
There is some action. I think there's about 40, 45 minutes on there. But
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think we got any busts on there.
Right,
I think
okay.
it was in between the two.
Right. Well, that would make sense and go in line with how we've ran today upstairs in the comms and downstairs with the production. Did all the bust outs we didn't get to see. But we are very thankful that all of you are joining us again today at PlayLive for the day 4 of the Winter Championships, the main event right here. Humongous prize pool, big money up top. 5 players remaining. You can see their chip counts right there on the screen. And a bit of a shout out to the boys downstairs and a humongous shout out also to Matty Marshall, who we had to call up in Newcastle, who originally started this particular stream back in, I think it was January, and we had to call on his expertise to be able to fix all the problems, and he did that remotely. So big shout outs to Matty Marshall. And W's in the chat for him, if you don't mind, because without him, I don't think we would have been able to bring this coverage of the main event day 4 to you guys at home or on your device. Nonetheless, we're back to the action right here. Charlie under the gun's going to fold the unknown hand. Round 2, Justin. He's been a bit of a crusher.
He has played very, very well in a lot of the streams he's been on.
Yeah, he actually picked up a ridiculously big hand against Frenchie last night with the ace-queen of clubs versus the king 4. They both made backdoor nuts and second nuts effective and took a huge pot off Frenchie, and hence the reason for why he's up over that 17 million mark. Jessica Du, in my opinion, has been playing absolutely flawlessly this entire tournament. I haven't seen her get out of line, Berkey, at all, have you?
Not once. She's been very patient poker and made the right moves.
Yep.
From what you can see, she's lost hands, but she's lost minimum in those. So it's just, that's limiting your, what do you call it? Limiting your exposure
Yep.
to big hands and just quietly chipping up.
She's gone full ninja today as well.
Yeah, she has, absolutely.
She's got the ninja look going on. Yeah, I totally agree. And Ali Mustafa's coming in on the Facebook Live chat. Welcome back, Ali. We appreciate your support, saying, let's go. We are back, baby. So obviously we're getting a bit of support, and it took a humongous effort to actually bring this on stream today.
How many cords were bought and roadcasters moved and computer checking? It's a bit of
outrageous
of everything.
It is actually a ridiculously complicated system, this, just in general, both like internally here with all of the cables and the infrastructure. Obviously, comms has to be quite far away from the table, so it's huge amounts of cables and boosters. And unfortunately, if one of these gets lodged, then it is a hell of a job to basically problem solve and go through the entire setup to find where it was.
Yep.
Everything running perfectly yesterday, nice and smooth, just as you like it. And overnight, someone's just smashed a cable and had to rerun everything to find out where the hell it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a fruition, Monkey. You messaged me last night and you're like, I feel like something's going to go wrong tomorrow.
Yep, and it absolutely came. So Justin here made the raise to 2 bigs with the Queen 10 of clubs. Does find the clubs on the turn. And Jessica is just going to fold the King 4. She had no part of that particular board. I think it came 7-5 and a repeat 9 on the turn with 2 clubs. So he does pick up the flush there, but does get no action.
So all these players left, locking up 30,000, playing for the 130 plus up top. So still plenty to play for. 100,000 difference between 5th and 1st. So a lot of money still in the line. A lot of player of the points series, player of the series points. What
Yep.
do they call them these days? Potties or something?
Yeah, player of the series, pots.
Player of the
Yep.
series pots.
Yep, go ahead. Sorry.
30k is not a bad place to be right now, though.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they should be paying us for getting the stream up today. Shane Kavanagh coming in on YouTube, coming in saying, "Hey, boys, watching the stream while travelling to Vu Tau by ferry.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it either. I don't know. I'm assuming Vietnam, but I don't want to sound like I know what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to say that. I'm Aussie Matty saying, welcome back, gents, with the prayer hands. Appreciate that. I'm Aussie Matty in the YouTube chat.
I was actually down on break having a chat with Nigel because remember we had a chat yesterday. We don't know much about him.
Yep.
So he's actually Melbourne local.
Oh, you beauty.
Yeah.
Who is?
So Nigel. So he doesn't actually
Victorian.
play that much. He's a very social player.
Okay.
So he plays some of the bigger events when they come around. But if he gets anywhere higher than 3rd today, it'll be his biggest cash ever. So his biggest cash ever is 36.
There you go.
So he's at least locked up 30. So congratulations. That's another social player that's, mixing it up with some of these pros.
Charlie's just going to whack here with the ace queen of hearts from the big blind. 11 bigs, 2.7 million. Justin under the gun, who originally made the raise to 500k or 2 bigs. The action's back around to him with king 4 of spades. Now he's got a pretty sizable stack, so he could call this off for 11 bigs or only 8.6 more bigs to call and see if he can bust another play and get another pay jump. Those pay jumps will be shown at the bottom of your screen, scrolling at the moment in that little event ticker. We should be able to get the... Oh, we have got the hand information. It's just in the wrong part of the screen. So the hand information is right up the top there. This is hand number 6 of this particular stream. We did have 45 minutes worth of play, probably 30 hands maybe, give or take. Maybe a few less in the original stream of this. And then we spent a whole bunch of time trying to get all the comms working and the table mics and XYZ. So
Just amazing when something goes, one thing goes wrong, it just compiles with technology.
yep.
But here we are. We are back up and running. We're live on a 20-minute delay at PlayLive Melbourne. Here for the main event, final table, final 5, if you don't mind. 618 runners, Monkey?
Yeah, 618 runners. Yep. So the top 66 got paid. Bottom payout was 3K. So a couple of buy-ins, I guess you could call it. CK Lifetime coming in saying it sounds a bit like my car battery from the other day on Friday. Yep. Totally agree.
Yeah, he's made the call. He's been through a couple of time banks to get there. I wasn't sure if he'd make it, but he is there. Surprisingly, not that bad in equity. The King 4 still holding 43%. Not bad at all. I assume that is probably because of some folded aces.
On 4 in the window. So the 4 has taken the lead. Ace and Queen needed or backdoor straight.
Yeah, we had an ace and a queen folded, so
Yeah, so 4 outs so far in the top corner for Charlie. 10 of diamonds is going to be absolutely no help. Neither of them holding a diamond. Going to need an ace and a queen only for Charlie to survive this. And it is a king of hearts. 2 pair for Justin, eliminating another player, Charlie, who in 5th, 4th. Just over 30,000. Congratulations to Charlie, who played an absolutely great tournament. But sometimes it just has to come to an end.
It does. Charlie's going to be eliminated in 5th there. Justin getting it done. Did make the correct call, I think, considering his chip stack. It was only going to cost him an extra 8.6 bigs to make the call and bust a player and jump up a few more $1,000. So
we are pretty deep now. Look at the size of this.
yep.
It's going to be about a 60, 70 big blind average across these 4, but one will go down and we are way deep. So could certainly go on for a little while with, massive pay jumps, even from 3rd to 1st, 71 grand upwards.
Yeah. Amazing. So we're looking at a $5,900 pay jump between 5th and 4th. And have a look at that. 14,600 for the next pay jump. So some big cheese in the top payouts right here. The Winter Championships main event, $1,500 buy-in, 618 entries down to the final 4.
And if Justin holds one more place, I do think he's going to be first in Play the Series, which at the moment is worth 20,000 extra.
Wow.
Yeah, how's that?
Gee whiz. I didn't know it was that much.
Yeah, so
20K.
just posted an update today. So first is 20,611, second 12K, third is 7K with a few extra digits on there. So not too shabby, hey?
Not too shabby at all. 20K. I wasn't expecting 20K. You've actually stumped me there a little
Yeah,
bit.
50K in the Play of the Series. So there's 4 Melbourne tickets plus those prizes.
Well played. And I did get it correct. It's in Vietnam.
Oh, nice one.
There you go. We'll take that.
Not all bad luck, mate.
Nigel just jamming here after the under the gun raise, Jack 10 from Yifan with the Ace King, jamming for 15 bigs. Folds from Justin. Yifan asking for a count.
3.7's callable as well.
No, 100%.
Knows he's going to be pretty thin, but can always get there.
Well, Jack 10 has the equity here to be able to call, especially with the 105 bigs that he has. It's going to cost him not too much of his stack, something like 1/9 of his stack. He does elect to put the Jack 10 of spades into the bin. I would have called that off because it's my favourite hand in a different suit.
Yeah, I think most of the time I'm going to put the opponent obviously on ace high card picture, so probably queen or king or low pockets. So you're probably doing pretty well against most of that range.
Sure, yeah. You would be unblocking them a little bit, I guess you could call it. And as a craft, FTW says, do you think after the series ends tomorrow, there'll be a break? Or will they be back to their weekly Thursday, Friday deep stack games? Thanks. Maybe Berkey looking at him with the face of, I'm not sure.
But let me find out.
But we'll find out. I'm assuming the weekly games will go back on. I'm sure that the Sunday 600 will get up. That's a flag mark down here at PlayLive, but we can double check with Bridges and give you that information as a craft.
Seeing some hands here, only 4-handed, and Jack 10, Ace King, and now Jessica waking up with Jacks in the cutoff, bumping it up to 600K.
It is May in the box. She seems to be able to
Yep, going right back in, following in from last night.
Yep, absolutely.
Justin here picking up the Ace 7 offsuit in the small blind. Going to cost him 1.5 bigs to call. Still has the big blind of Yifan to act thereafter, and has elected to make the call. And here's Yifan, picks up the worst possible hand in no limit hold'em, the 7 deuce off. Only good if you've got the 7 deuce game on, Berkey.
Yeah, you'd be the only person I know to be able to get that doing during a tournament.
True, and the flop comes down ace high, so the Jack's at the moment in a world of hurt. Needs to find 2 outs. You can see them top right-hand corner of your screen. Justin will take the lead. With a pair of aces on this board of ace 8 deuce, complete Badoogie. It's going to go check, check, and here comes the turn. Any chance? No. The 5 of hearts does peel off on the turn. So Jessica down to only 5% equity. 2 Jacks only remaining in the deck for her to improve. I'd like to see Justin make a bet here. And I'd imagine that if he does, I think Jessica actually might fold. I know that sounds crazy, but...
It definitely does sound crazy, especially 4-handed.
Yeah.
And the fact that he didn't raise.
Yeah, she makes so many right decisions. I feel like most of the time this is easy to call the first bet, but she seems to be pretty dialed in. It would be an amazing fold to just suddenly fold from one bet, but wouldn't put it past her.
And she doesn't. She does elect to make the call. So needs to find the 2 outs. It would have been a hell of a fold if she did, but does call with the Jacks.
I'll tell you what, if you're folding that a lot of the time, you're...
Oh,
there
just
it is.
Absolutely gins it. Have a look at that for a river card. The old Jack of clubs peeling off, giving her
dear.
second set. Only behind to a set of aces or the straight with the 3-4.
Even when I think that's
effectively the third nuts.
I feel like that was the first minor mistake that she's made in this whole series, and she just absolutely drills the Jack.
I mean, that's just a massive card at the river there. And Justin, rightfully so, is going to have another bet out with top pair. He can't put his opponent on a better hand than the ace at the moment in a 4-handed game, but Jessica just smacking a set.
Don't know if I can fold on the turn for a 1.5 big bet.
I think you
with my
probably...
Jacks.
Yeah,
I can't fold there.
I think you're probably right. I think it was more like, can she fold knowing she's behind?
Yeah, he's gonna rep so much of that anyway. Doesn't always have it.
Yep, correct.
Puts in a stack. Absolute meaty green one.
Looks like 2 million.
Does look like 2 mil.
Yep, and that's exactly what it is. 2 milli. Ali Mustafa saying a big W for Matty Marshall too. And welcome back, gentlemen. Feels like a proper stream now. also agree with you, Monkey. Jessica is a gun, and see her heads up. So my pick's out, by the way, and your pick's in. Jessica's still in.
I think I would have put in 4 pink chips though, because it looks less.
Yeah, less
Right, it's more callable. Right, that big stack just looks like a lot. There you go. Justin does get there. I just call it.
And did you see his face straight after? He was a little bit disappointed that the jack has hit at the river there, giving Jessica a set. He kind of said, gee whiz, how lucky's that? But Jessica did have the best hand pre-flop and on the river. So
on the river, yep.
fair enough. Best hand does hold, essentially.
Oh, yeah, there you go. I'm just having a look at the player of the series updates.
Yep.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Jamie Hall.
20,611 for first so far, because that keeps adding to it, doesn't it?
Yep. So there's just the 2 events left. Once the deep freeze locks out and the berserker.
What about the defreeze? Did you see it? The guarantee was hit in the first 30 minutes.
I told you it would go off its head, yeah? Gee whiz. And they've got late registration until 7:15 tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
yeah,
they-
we're out for dinner with Bridges, and he's just the whole time he's just sitting there like, oh, we're nearly there. Like, 30 minutes locked up.
Well played.
That's pretty good.
Well, it just goes to show you, though, Jamie, I think another way of looking at it is those deep freeze events where their bankrolls, where players' bankrolls aren't really taken into consideration because you've only got one bullet. You know what I mean? Are very popular.
Yeah, I really like a freeze out. I think that a good smattering of freeze outs through the series is a really great idea, and I think it's a really pure format, right? Like, I do think that many multiple or
So just a little update on this particular hand. Nigel has called with the ace-jack, and I believe that Justin probably has the pocket 5, so please forgive us for the incorrect details that you can see on your screen at the moment. Like we have been telling you since the start of this particular stream, we've been dealing with a plethora of issues. And here's another one here. So we're going to basically see if we can call this blind. It looks like it's gone check from Nigel, bet out from Justin. And we're going to assume it's ace-jack versus the pocket 5s of Justin. And it looks like a call. We can't quite see the flop at the moment. Maybe when the card comes down on the turn, we'll be able to see it. No, nothing. So we're completely blind at the moment. We are commentating on what you can see at home too. So
didn't you say you called like 4 hours of stream with no
Yeah,
graphics on
he
Aussie Millions?
yeah,
That sounds like absolute hell, mate.
yeah, it was kind of similar to this a little bit, Jamie. But I don't want to sandbag Crown Casino and Aussie Millions. For
Oh
that
no,
particular
these
matter.
technical issues happen. Not bagging at anyone. Just
Yeah.
the struggle of trying to do it when unfortunately technology does what technology does. You know.
Well, it looks like a check and a bet out of probably 2 million on the turn. It looks like 4 of those pink chips. And it looks like it's an all-in and a call situation. And it looks like Nigel might have the ace-jack, and it most likely looks like
I heard
Justin has
Justin
had a
with an ooh.
set.
Justin was like, ooh.
Well, Nigel was kind of like the ooh guy, so it looks
was
like
it
a
ooh?
set versus the ace-jack, and it looks like we've got a bust out here. So very likely a set of 5s versus obviously top pair or top 2 pair on this particular board. We haven't got the information about that particular hand, but nonetheless, Nigel's going to bust out in 4th here, Berkey.
And that is equal his best cash ever. So congratulations to Nigel.
Yeah, picking up, how much was it? 30,000 give or take?
36,000, I want to say,
Yep.
or roughly around about there for 4th place. It'd be 36,000 flat. There you go.
Yep, well played, Berkey, on the nose. So
And look at the pay jump here, 14,600 on top. So 14,600 is the pay jump. So everyone now claiming 50,600 minimum.
yep.
So not a bad little payday for everyone. And now that you mentioned that Justin is in 3rd, he now takes top of the leaderboard so far for player of the series.
Yeah. Awesome. He's just earned himself a potential extra 20k.
Yeah. So not
know-
only did he get the 14k pay jump, but he potentially could get another 20k on top of that.
I know there was talk about him trying to max late the deep freeze as well. Obviously, just try and get an extra couple of points on the board. I'd definitely be doing that. Can you multi-table and play live?
No, you cannot multi.
Okay. So he'll need to get it locked and sticked then before the end of the registration period for deep freeze. And I think with just 3 left, I'm going to pop down and go and have a look at some of the action down there, guys. So I'll
Sounds
leave you
good,
to it.
Jamie. Thank you very much for your help.
Cheers, Jamie. Appreciate that.
I didn't realize it.
There is a comment coming in from AJ Washer Tap. More of a criticism, but that's perfectly fine. We'll take any
We'll take
comment.
that.
Said, what a joke. You guys need to organise this better. If I told you what we had to deal with this morning, it was
I'm surprised we actually ended up getting the stream up.
yeah.
I'll be honest with you.
To be honest, yeah, we probably shouldn't have even had the stream up to start with. It was a cable that had severed overnight, and we had to try and troubleshoot and backtrack, reverse engineer the problem. That required us to go out in the cars, drive off to an area, go pick up another cable, re-snake it through the entire building, then connect it all back up, reset all of the roadcaster for the commentary and downstairs with the computer, and then reconnect it back up to the table whilst the players were playing. So just to give you an idea of some of the technical difficulties that we've had. So whilst I totally agree with you, AJ Washer Tap, we were all here about an hour and a half before the start of this stream. Unbeknownst to us that we had this particular technical issue, and we were troubleshooting it from about 11:30 all the way through until about 1:30 in the afternoon, if not a bit later.
Yeah, well, there's not much else we can say to that. It's
Nope.
It was a bit of a disaster, but the fact that we've able to get the stream back up was super surprising to me. I'm absolutely horrible at technology myself, so I made sure to sit there and watch the table and see if I could bring the hands that weren't streamed to you guys at least to know where everyone finished and how
Yeah.
they finished.
Good call.
So we've tried to do our best to troubleshoot everything we can, but at the moment it just seems to be anything that can go wrong does go wrong.
Yeah, it's one of those days, I guess you could call it.
But there's absolutely no excuse sometimes. It just happens. Technology can be your best friend or your worst enemy. So
Good call. So I believe what they're doing at the moment, they're going to recalculate all the stacks at the table. As you can see, Nee and Brian, so that they can input that information into the OBS downstairs. So Brian will be talking to the production team downstairs, hence the reason for why there's a short intermission at the moment in play. Bit of love coming in and support for us up here, Berkey.
oh, it's always nice to hear that when we're trying our best and things just don't always go right. And you know, it doesn't help that for the last few days we've been coming down with something, and you know, it sounds like the voice might be a bit raspy on stream with the Duratus helping out. And
Yep.
the Sudafed nose spray.
Tell you what we can do though, Berkey, whilst they're just figuring this out, we can give a bit of a heads up to people who might be at work today trying to figure out what they want to come in and play this afternoon. Now, today is Tuesday, the 23rd of June. The main event obviously came back today at 12. We had a 45-minute sort of delay in trying to get this stream up and going from the start of play, but unfortunately, those technical issues really caused a big stir for us. And luckily, we have now got it up and going. But there is a deep freeze. Day 2. It did start yesterday at 7. The deep freeze starts at 5 p.m. today. It's an $1,150 buy-in, 1,000 plus 150 for the hospitality package. 200K starting stack, 40-minute levels, 50K guarantee, which Berkey just told me off stream just before.
They hit the guarantee in the first 30 minutes of the tournament yesterday.
There you go. So a 50K guarantee, forget about it.
So I think they ended up with 107
Wow.
so far, with 3 blind levels left to rebuy. And it's a super deep one. I believe the last blind level was a 488, and
Right.
it's a 200K starting stack. So
Well, there you have it. So you've got
So-
plenty of blinds. Max late reg for that particular event is 7:15 tonight. So if you got work until 5:30, jump in the car, come straight down here to 129 York Street in South Melbourne, and jump in that deep freeze, because there will be a very big prize pool for that particular event.
and then the madness. Then the madness happens around about 7 o'clock, I believe, Monkey.
That is correct. We'll talk about that in a second. Justin, under the gun, finds the pocket nines, pops it up, makes it too bigs to go. And Yifan has found the call with the 9-8 suited in the spades from the button. And round to Jessica now in the big blind with the 10-3 of hearts. Bit of love here for Let's Go Justin. A couple of people want to see Justin take this bad boy out as the flop comes down 3, King 4, complete rainbow. Pocket nines at the moment out in front. Jessica does pick up a little piece of it, bottom pair. Going to go check, check. Round to Yifan with a 9-8 of spades. He's got backdoor spades. He's going to check it as well. So here comes the turn card. Brings in the 7 of diamonds. No help again to either Jessica or that of Yifan. Justin's still out in front. Jess is going to check. Justin should be betting his nines here quite often. Needs to protect against the backdoor flush. And potentially the straight possibilities, which are already down at the moment with a 5-6. And he does bet one of those pink chips that are worth 500k. The greens are worth 100k. And the oranges are worth 25k. So he's going to bet out 1.7 bigs. Back round to Jessica with bottom pair.
She might peel another one off here, Jessica, which she does. She's been running quite hot against Justin especially, so I wouldn't be surprised if a 10 or a 3 came down.
And the river card is a 6 of diamonds. And that's exactly the reason why you bet the turn. To protect against exactly that card, Berkey.
So the 4-card flush came down, the 3-card, the
Three-card
4-card
flush,
straight,
yeah.
the
Yep.
3-card flush
Yep.
came down. So I dare say it's just going to go check, check. I don't think he wants to be betting because he's only going to get called or raised by better. And rolling it over, and Justin seeing the good news, he's going to take an extra 2 million into his stack. Jessica down to 12 million or 41 bigs. There's still so many bigs in play here, Monkey.
Yeah, I mean, roughly
Life.
counting, what are we looking at here? That's 168.
205.
Yeah. 209?
209.
168.
70. So 69.8 big blinds.
Mm.
So 70 big blind average. Oh, that's incredible three-handed.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind of funny because whilst there's tons of bigs in play, all it takes is sort of a setup or a cooler that we saw yesterday, actually, believe it or not, Berkey, with the King 4 of clubs versus the Ace Queen of clubs, Frenchie versus Justin. They both backdoored into nuts and second nuts,
Well,
and that was a huge pot worth 13 mil.
To give you an idea of how big that was, Frenchie at the time, if he wins that pot, has 20 million.
Yeah.
Now, we're down to the final 3, and 20 million would be a good stack now.
You'd be almost.
And this
tripling
was
it.
yesterday.
Yep, correct.
So that gives you an idea or a rough guesstimate of how big and how pertinent that pot was at the time, because the person who took it off him was Justin, and Justin's now sitting here with 25 mil and 84 bigs and chip leading, or Yifan and Justin chip leading this tournament so far.
Yeah, so there was a raise under the gun by Yifan with the King 10 of spades, and the flop comes down 10-4-4. You can see that Yifan has more than 99% equity here, and Justin less than 1. Justin needs to find a couple of running sixes, and that's about it.
Yep.
So check from Justin in the big blind, around to Yifan. He's flopped a monster here, three-handed, Berkey.
Yep, absolutely. You are ahead a lot of the time, especially in this hand. Just over 99% equity, looking for running sixes.
Yeah.
That's brutal when it comes when you outflopped that bad. But he does get away from it. Save some chips, and I think that just slightly takes Yifan into the chip lead.
There's another way, actually, that they could have chopped that up, Berkey, with a couple of running 4s.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so running 6s
well
or a
played.
couple of running 4s to chop up the pot, but in order for him to actually win the pot, running 6s would have got it done. But we're never going to know because it never got there.
Look at everyone now around just eyeballing everything, making sure everything's fine. Brian there and Knee. So making sure everything tries to run smoothly.
Yep, we're trying our best. Jessica Do on the button finds the 6-3 offsuit. She's going to put that into the muck round to Justin now with the Queen 4 in the small.
Sorry, I'm just trying to find the link online to send it out.
So good enough for him here for Justin to make a raise, and he does. Put a little pressure on Yifan. He's going to pop it up and make it 2.5 bigs with the Queen 4 off. And Yifan has picked up the 8-5 off, same suits. And he is going to call.
Man, I just feel like the way May's dealing that there could be a huge hand between Yifan and Justin for an absolute monstrous chip lead.
Yeah, agreed. As the flop does come down, Jack 9-5, complete Badoogie, complete
But it won't be
rainbow.
this one.
Yeah.
It definitely won't be this one.
Yifan obviously here out flopping that of Justin's Queen High. As for bottom pair. Justin is going to check over to Yifan. Let's see how he navigates this particular hand. And he's going to check it back and have a look at this for a turn card. Justin now picking up a pair.
So still behind, but a little bit extra outs up in the top corner, as you see, the Queen or the 4. it's amazing how much wider your range gets and how pertinent getting a pair is when you're only three-handed. Like premiums are premiums, but a lot wider ranges can be done, and pairs are good a lot of the time.
Yeah, they should be, especially three-handed, Burke. Very hard to make a pair. And it'll be dealt a pair, and Justin actually had a pair a couple of hands ago with the pocket nines. And obviously he had the pocket fives that busted that of Nigel. I believe it was ace-jack versus the pocket fives. We didn't quite see the action, but Nigel did get eliminated. Most likely to a set.
geez,
Have a look at this for a river card.
He's just got
Gee
running
whiz.
fours, which actually is really good for Yifan's hand. So that's a very brutal hand.
Running fours to get the job done. Fair enough. So Justin running pretty smooth here. And I'd like to see him make a pretty sizable bet. And that's exactly what he's done. Looks like he's bet 2.5 million.
1.7.
Oh, pardon me, 1.7. Good call from you, Burke. I didn't see him pick up any green chips, so. Back round to Yifan. Did flop that pair of fives. It's come running fours and Justin checkmark next to his name.
He should not be folding this a lot of the time. A lot of things missed after even picking up the draws on the turn. The straight draw missed, the queen 10, the 10-8. But he does end up folding it, which is nice. Good on him. You know, the flush draws missed on the river that picked up on the turn. Just running fours and Justin getting it done with the queen 4.
It's a very good fold, actually, from
I think it's a
Yifan.
very good fold. I'd be in that position with a pair, even third pair in the board pairing.
Yep.
I'd be calling that, I want to say pretty much all the time.
Yeah, combinatorically, it's probably a call, but it does make
But
the
no,
correct laydown.
but it's the correct laydown, so I can't fold the man for that one at all. So what about the Berserker tonight, Monkey?
Berserker. Now, give them a little bit of information about this Berserker. I mean, the
Well,
name of the
it's-
tournament sort of
it's-
gives it away a little bit.
It's named after it is a shorter format tournament,
Sure.
so blinds do go up quickly, and you know, it is a 15-minute blind levels, but it goes to 20 minutes, I think, after the lockout. But it is an absolute, you know, shooting many bullets into it and trying to unstick your series, which is mainly what a lot of people do in a lot of these events. I think that was one of my deeper runs last time, is just getting lucky in one of those. I think I came 11th in that thing the last series.
Now, what time does that kick off? What do they start with? What's the guarantee? Is
That
it a
kicks off
trophy event?
at 7 o'clock.
Yep.
It's a 400, 325 plus 75 hospo package, 50K starting stack,
Okay.
15 to 20-minute blind levels later on,
Yep.
and it's still a 25K guarantee for a one-day $400 event.
Yeah, sure.
So rebuys are all the way up until 9:15. So it's 2 hours. So it's the first, what is it, 15-minute blind level. So 8 blind levels
Plus that little break.
plus a little break of rebuys. So it is going to be an absolute
Yeah, that's
slog out.
that should pop off on a Tuesday night when
Yes.
there's no other sport on. Three-way action here. So there was a raise on the button with a queen 9. Got called from Yifan with a jack 10 in the small blind. And Jessica came along from the big blind with the ace 5 offsuit. Flop comes down, queen 4-4. We're seeing a couple of fours come out. We had 4-4 just before with the 10-4-4, and then running fours just before with the queen 4.
I swear every time I look at Justin, he's had a wardrobe change.
Yeah,
Hat on this time, glasses on, beanies up next time. He had the headphones on before. Just trying to make himself comfortable there. Sticking in for what looks like, with this many big blinds, a long, long afternoon.
Yep, good call. So it's gone check on the flop. A bet from Justin on the button, who was the original pre-flop raiser. And action back round to Jessica, and she does get away from it with the ace high in a three-handed game on this pair
Wow.
board. So Justin doing a good job at the moment, just collecting small pots and increasing his chip stack quite significantly, which is good. He's now up the top there, 92 bigs or 28 million in chips. Yifan down to 80, and you can see Jessica, she's short stacked, but it's anyone's game at the moment. Blinds here, 150K, 300K with the 300K big blind ante.
It's amazing when you're three-handed and the shortest stacked is 37 bigs.
Yeah, no, true.
But the thing is, it usually doesn't get to this point, but we did have a lot of bust outs this morning.
Yes,
When-
that's true.
When I was watching the table, the big stacks were constantly belting on the shorter stacks. And then at one point, I think we had 4 stacks that were like sub 8 big blinds at once. And then it just went bang, 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 bang. All the shorter stacks got knocked out every time they got in.
We don't see this very often too, Berkey. Three-handed game, King six of clubs into the king six of diamonds. Any chance for the king six over here for Justin?
50%
No.
of it.
Yeah, he's got 50% of it. Good call. He's got the 6-5. So raise on the button from Yifan. First to act in a three-handed game gets called from Jessica from the small blind with the same hand, different suits. And Justin's going to tag along too with the 6-5. Something tells me Justin's going to outflop both of them here.
He has been. He has been doing it.
And
Well, I'll tell you what. Look at this for some action. Top pair versus open-ended straight draw.
And two backdoors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, pretty crazy flop, all things considered.
It just hits a piece of everyone.
So it's going to go check, round to Yifan on the button, who was the original raiser. He popped it up to the structure to 600k, gets 2 callers. Flop, as we said, has come down King 8-7, Rainbow. And he's going to voice his bet there through his jumper. And I believe he's bet 750k. He has 2.5 big. So round to Jessica, who's got the same hand, different suits, and backdoor diamonds working for her. And I imagine Justin's going to come along too.
Well, you're not folding many draws when you cover everyone covered as well.
Agreed.
And he has a monster stack, so it's not. It's a very, very easy call, I believe. I'll tell you what. This has the setup ability right here on the turn.
Yeah, like a 4 of diamonds or
Yeah,
something.
that's
Yeah.
what I say. The absolute
And here comes the turn, and it brings in the deuce of clubs. No help.
and the absolute brick of all bricks.
Yep, no help at the moment for Justin. Still looking for a 4 or a 9 for that matter to make the straight. Jessica is going to check from the small blind. Justin will also check back round to Yifan, who obviously has to make a bet here.
But how big? So, I mean, the pot's already 4.4 million or 15 bigs. How big are you betting here to try get these guys off at their hands or
3/4.
Yeah,
like
I
a
think you have to.
three-quarter?
I think you have to bet.
size it up?
pretty-
A 3 million chip bet or
Yeah, I think so. I think you can charge the draws a bit and maybe get some sort of.
I'll tell you what. I think you may, if he puts this in, have absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, so Jamie 1 from 1 does look exactly like 3 million.
Oh, what?
no,
Oh, he
wait.
put half the stack in. He cut it down and put half of it in. So
Okay,
he did cut down 3 million now, 100%, but he only put half of it in.
there you go. Bit of a cooler for you,
Yeah.
Jamie. Looked like you were spot on, but he
What is
ended
he?
up.
What is he fan though?
So he's going to bet 1.5 million or 5 bigs back round to Jessica with the same hand.
I'd love if Jessica somehow manages to get him off the same hand, but I imagine this is probably going to end up chopping between these two unless that open ender does come in.
I'll tell you what, she's reaching for the raise.
Oh, she is going for it.
She is going for it.
Well, that looks like 4.5 million in those 500k
Is it,
chips.
or is it 3.5?
Yeah, it could be 3.5. I like this just sat there and she's just like, yeah, this might go in.
I think it's 4.5, given her stack, but I might be wrong.
3.7.
Oh, go on, girl. 3.7.
Well played. And she had to use up one of her time banks there. No problems. They are automatically used once the counter goes down.
Just coming in with that check raise, really nice. Probably going to get Justin out, which means she's going to be heads up with you, fan.
Well, it's going to allow her a jam on the river with a call, so a half pot jam. There's not many cards that would be coming out that would be worrying her if she's put the raise in here. So it's going to be an interesting one.
Well, if Battle with you fan goes over the top, though.
That's a different story. Very different story.
Don't know if he would think about that line or if he just flats, but he's going to chuck in a time bank to have a think about it. I should say for you, fan, while he's thinking, I did ask another question on this interview, and that was if players had made a final table main event before. And you fan said that his first main event he ever went in, he got third in the APL Million, cashed for $329,000. So he's the only person on the table who this cash wouldn't be their
look,
best cash.
Jessica got him off it. He folded.
Oh, I called it.
That's a
Absolutely
great call.
called it.
Absolutely great call.
Incredible work, Jessica. Honestly,
Jeez.
she just deserves it. Honestly,
Yeah,
deserves
she
this.
has been playing absolutely lights out.
Yeah,
And look, she brings her stack back to the field. She's not too far behind now.
You know the funny thing about that, I think that's a big part of why that raise worked was because of her image at this particular feature table and throughout this particular tournament too. She's never got out of line,
Well,
Berkey.
it's not just never got out of line. She hasn't shown many hands. You know what I mean? She hasn't gone to showdown a lot.
Yep, good call.
So she's been playing a lot of, pre-showdown hands and not showing anything, not giving anything away. So unless a lot of these guys have been sitting there studying her, they don't know what really her image is because she hasn't been round playing, big tournaments that often. So a lot of these guys have played against each other a lot of times and not so much with Jessica. So, I mean, when you don't know the image of someone, you got to not get out of line with them too many times.
Yeah, great call, Berkey, and agreed. Jessica Do now on the button finds a 10-7 off. It's going to go into the muck. Round 2, Justin. Queen Jack suited. Monster, 3-handed.
Yeah, she has check called flop and check raise turn. It just looks so strong as well.
Absolutely.
It's hard to find exactly the hand that she has there. I mean, set or 2 pair, but that's the only thing reasonably that he would be losing to, but I can
Oh,
understand.
my God. Have a look at this. And Justin's limped in for a bit of deception with the Queen Jack of clubs. He did
And
not
now-
make a raise in the
yeah.
small blind, and Yifan has picked up the aces.
That's a good move a lot of the times with strong hands to try and get your opponent in, but
Sure.
he's just accidentally run into the aces here.
Now, I believe he's wearing the Ace of Hearts jumper too to go along with these aces. So, what a huge hand. 3-handed. Jumper back over
And he put
the
a
mouth.
massive raise in. 950.
Gonna raise it up to 3.2 bigs or 950 back round to Justin, who I'd imagine is going to make the call. And there it is.
All right. So he's just called out of position and with by far the worst hand. But there's only good pre-flop hands as it can change a lot on the flop.
Yep. This hand does have a lot of playability, the Queen Jack of clubs, and here comes the flop.
And that
Here
is
comes
going to get
Jack
into
high.
a lot of trouble.
Yeah, so Justin here picking up top pair on this board. He has to be slightly worried to the raise to 950. Has to give his opponent Yifan credit for a decent hand here, but obviously after flopping top pair, he'll be going nowhere.
Yeah, I imagine Yufan will get a street out of him, but I don't know unless he goes for a cheeky check on the turn if he's going to get.
Well, it
lot
also
more.
depends what the turn is. If you get an absolute brick, like let's just say the 3 of clubs, you're going to think your top, third kicker is got here a lot of the times. It'll depend on how he plays it. Yifan comes out with 2.7 bigs or 800,000. Justin's going to go absolutely nowhere on this one.
Yeah, I love a flat here. This is good. Very good from Justin, playing low ball poker. Doesn't want to get involved in a huge pot this early into this particular stream. Only 15 hands in, and the turn card brings in the 9.
Which actually
of
gives Justin a
diamonds.
couple more outs as well.
Yeah, you can see them top right-hand corner of your screen. You can now hit a 10 to make a straight to go along with a queen or a jack for that matter.
So I think unfortunately for Justin, that 9 not completing the flush is actually going to make him call another time.
Yeah, he's picked up some extra equity as far as he's concerned.
This is the most important part of this hand right now. Yifan. How much does he bet here with the aces on this particular turn?
Well, he now needs to protect his hand.
Correct.
Because there is the flush draw and there is the straight draw out there now. So he needs to bet bigger to protect his hand.
Agreed. And hence the reason why he's taking a bit of time, but he will reach for some of those 5K chips, 500K chips, I should say.
1.6 mil. So just under half pot.
So it's kind of funny, actually. He's raised it to 950K with the aces, then bet out 800K on the flop, and now bet twice that on the turn for 1.6 mil or 5.3 bigs. Action background to Justin. Got a serious decision to make. And he's going to come along.
I think Justin's going to hurt himself from that pre-flop flatting call under-repping his hand. So he's going to think that he was raising a lot wider range than just
Have
aces.
a look at that river
this.
card. He hits up 2 pairs. It does bring in the 4-liner, though, to any straight, which might shut down the action a little bit for
I think this
Yifan.
might go check, check.
I can see Justin going for possibly thin.
Yeah, you're going to go for a small bet here for thin value?
Maybe. I mean, Yifan,
Such a dangerous board, though.
3 betting and going for it has a lot of less tens, so I don't think he has a lot of straights.
Well, against blind versus
Does-
blind, he does have a lot of ace 10s, king 10s, queen 10s, which is blocking.
Yeah, check, check.
So it does
is-
go check, check.
And Yifan's going to see the bad news with his aces. The 2 pairs coming off for Justin. So Justin, little by little, And that was a decent sized pot there too. 23 bigs or 7 million. So Justin extending the lead now.
That's right. I forgot he flat called, so he does have a lot more tens then.
Yeah, I think the issue with going for some thin value there is if you get raised. You know what I mean? Like you're in a tricky spot. Do I call it off with top two pair?
With the
or-
kind of river, it was dangerous for your hand versus the opponent's hand in almost all aspects of that hand.
Yep.
So, you know, him with the aces, the four liner gets there. A lot of two pairs that he has with his flatting range gets there. But Justin also getting that two pair, he doesn't want to be raised or bet big into, so he's just shutting down. So an absolute shutdown from both, and he's riveted him with the two pair, and it was good.
Yep. Agreed, Berkey. Well said. So we're down to three-handed action, I should say. This is the main event, day 4, the Winter Championships. It's a $1,500 buy-in. They had 618 runners into this particular event. We are down to the final 3. Right here at PlayLive Melbourne on a 20-minute delay. After a horrific start, essentially, to this particular stream with a lot of technical issues, but we are up and going now. MSP has jumped into the chat on Facebook Live saying, hey, guys. Hey, Jessica's still in. Beauty. You absolute beauty. So she's obviously going for Jessica, as is Berkey.
Doing it for the girls and me. I'm a Jessica.
Right, there you go.
100%.
And Jamie Hall. You know what? Throw me in the mix too.
Yeah, but I did tip her with, 50 to go?
Yep.
I tipped her at the start.
Did you really?
Yeah. With 618 left.
618 left.
Certainly been fangirling her since the start for sure. I said to her yesterday, honestly, like some of the plays she's making on stream is just great. I said she needs to go back and watch so she can just sort of hear some of the reactions to her play because, you know, she's very modest and probably doesn't have as much confidence as she probably deserves for the level of play that she's been putting on here.
For sure. So it was a limp in from the small blind of that of Yifan and a defend or a check back from Jessica. The flop has come down 10-9-9. It's gone check on the flop. Turn card brings in the 6 of spades. It goes check on the turn. And the river card brings in the 4 of diamonds. It's going to go check as well. So the queen 3 will hold. Oh, sorry, pardon me. The 8 deuce will get there with the straight.
That was a 4. That board's incorrect.
Oh, the board's incorrect. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. So I'm assuming the queen 3 got there.
Yeah, the queen 3 should have won that. That was a 4 on the river, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So card's not reading properly either. So just another thing to add to the checklist of things that have gone wrong today.
Sure. Tony Wong 4430 said, "What place did Banana get knocked out in?" And Berkey will have that information for you.
He was 9th?
No.
Sorry.
I think he was 7th, but I'm just going to double check that before.
You'll bring that information shortly. Yifan with the Jack Deuce of spades on the button, first act, is going to fold.
He was out in 7th.
Yifan going straight to the phone to tell his friends I had aces and got run down, for sure.
Yeah.
MSP said she tipped Jessica with 40 left. So
Very
well
nice.
done.
Well, when you watch a lot of streams like we do, and you see players constantly making good decisions, playing small ball and doing the right things, I mean, it's hard to back against them. I mean, I've worked with Jessica a lot. You've worked with Jessica a lot. We know
Sure.
her very well, so there might be a bit of bias in tipping her to go on, but the way she's played over the last 4 days has just been phenomenal.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. She did limp in from the small blind, and Justin did check back his option with the 7-6 offsuit. And she now picks up a open-ender on the turn as the 4 of diamonds does peel off on this board of Jack 10 deuce, 2 clubs. No players with any clubs in their hand. And Jess is going to lead out for 300.
Enough to get it done.
Justin will make the fold.
Is there any ice in there, Jamie?
Nah. Just sipping on a pina colada.
Jamie just taking a big swig of his drink, which I think everyone down the mics could hear that. Stay hydrated, Jamie. It's been a long series. And we are finally at the end of it with our last stream of the series.
Yes, that
Down to
is correct.
Down to our final 3 of the main event with Justin, Jessica and Yifan fighting it out for the 131,917. But everyone already locking up 50,600, if you don't mind.
Yeah, huge payouts Very top heavy, but that's exactly what the players want. Jessica picking up a monster. Three-handed, the old king, queen of hearts. And she's going to raise for sure. Probably popping it up to the structure, and it is to 600k. Round 2, Justin, who actually picks up the king 10. That's playable too from the small blind.
Tell you what, Kyle's jumped straight back into the seat and started putting out the coolers as well.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Yifan to wake up with kings here or something stupid. And Justin's going to come along, and here comes Yifan. He does pick up the jack deuce off, so that goes into the muck. Heads up action between Justin and Jessica. And here comes the flop. There's a queen in the window. That'll work for Jessica. Flopping top pair.
So a
Second
few
best
back
kicker.
doors for Justin as well. He's got the gut shot straight, the backdoor flush, and Jessica's got top pair second kicker with the backdoor hearts. So it's three-handed. There's plenty there.
Yeah, another action flop dealt up by Kyle, who's a known dealer around the world.
He's
You
dealt
made comments
Triton,
about it. Yeah,
he's dealt
Triton.
WSOP, he's dealt the Bahamas.
Yep.
So very, very pleased to have Justin at PlayLive. And he,
Justin or Kyle?
Kyle. Gee, I was thinking,
Fair enough.
You know, I was actually looking at Justin's name
Yeah.
on there, about to call the action, and I got the both Y's mixed up.
I knew what you meant.
It's the Duratus is kicking in.
Fine, fair enough. Justin did check the flop, and Jessica is going to bet 700k or 2.3 bigs. Background to Justin, who does make the call with that gut shot. Backdoor diamonds working for him. King on the turn would be an absolute disaster. So here comes the turn, brings in the ace of hearts. And that is a huge card for Jessica. Now picking up the nut flush draw to go along with second best pair in a three-handed game, or heads up in this particular battle. So she combinatorically shouldn't be behind very often. Justin is going to check again from the small blind. I'd like to see Jess make a good bet here on the turn. She does need to protect her hand against potential straight outs like the jack or a diamond. But let her navigate that. 2 million, something like that, maybe a bit less. You could probably bet like 1.5, between 1.5 and 2 million. Would be a pretty good bet size, I'd imagine.
1.2
Yep,
goes on the smaller side.
that's fine too. Got no problem with that. Four
No
bigs.
issue with what. They're just so calm, everyone. It's very. I haven't been into a position for this kind of money before, so I can only imagine what would be going on in my head. I'd see the monkey with the symbols going off. Wouldn't be able to think of what I'm supposed to be doing.
That's true.
But everyone here seems to be very calm, very, very composed, even though they're playing for just a ton of money up top, and that's a good fold from Justin as well.
Yeah, agreed. Nebo coming in saying, when can we expect a new episode of the podcast? Well, I need to probably go into quarantine for the next 3
Yeah.
weeks.
After this series is done, it's gonna take a bit of recovery, I reckon, from us.
Yeah, we're doing this on a rear end of 3 days being under the weather, and then all the technical issues we had this morning. So not only was that extremely hard, but you're doing it under the weather too. So there you have it. But we said we were going to bring you the action, and that's exactly what we're trying to do to the best of our abilities. Down here at PlayLive Melbourne, main event, day 4, 3 players left, 113,000 plus some change up top. Justin picks up an ace, three-handed, big holding, ace 9, strong ace in that too. So first to act on the button, Aussie Matty coming in saying, I hope the booth is quarantined with you three in there
Yeah,
together.
it definitely is.
Yeah, well played, Matty Marshall.
we
And
are
then-
we are up here quarantined for sure.
And then Tony Wong coming in saying, you guys live in the basement, right? We
No,
will
actually,
be.
the actually opposite. We're in the top corner. We've got our own big space, our big room, and yeah, this will definitely need some Glen 20 after we are done with this place.
I think I need more than Glen 20.
Just a hazmat
Hey,
suit
has
and
any-
full-on fumigation.
Has anyone got a sage? We can just get the bad spirits out as well. It's
Very good.
get all that bad juju going out. The bad.
As long as it's charged up. Then.
Yeah.
Should say you mentioned Kyle earlier. That there are so many things as a dealer that you just wouldn't even think about in terms of absolute perfection in etiquette. Just minor little movements like the burn cards going underneath each other and the way that he stacks the deck. There are so many things that you just don't notice. As I'll come away for a second as Jessica picks up the queens.
Queen's three-handed, if you don't mind. And she now has year fine covered, so she has gone up to second in chips. Directly behind Justin, who's sitting there with 95 bigs.
Yeah, pops it up, makes it 750k to go, 2.5 bigs. Round to Justin in the big blind. Got a callable hand here, a suited connector, the 6-5 of clubs. So he does elect to make the call. Off to the flop we go. Queens versus the 6-5 of clubs. Justin needs a little bit of help. He's not going to find it with the Jack 10-3, 2 diamonds down on this particular board.
Couldn't think of a worse flop for Justin.
Not really. Yeah, I mean, he's got 3 cards to a straight, and that's it.
Backdoor 2 pair, like very, very little. I'm trying to find more things.
Yeah.
So there's just nothing there to find.
As you can see, Jessica with 96% equity. So you'd expect a bet and a fold. Super often here. Here's a bet of 750k back round to Justin, who hasn't quite folded yet. But I'd imagine he's going to tank and put this one into the muck.
But as I was saying,
Here it is.
have a huge amount of respect for dealers and their craft between Kyle and also my just incredible precision in all that they do. And it's all the minor little things that for me as an enthusiast for their professionalism, I really appreciate. And I asked Kyle yesterday one thing that I never knew. So you see when he's drifting the cards right now, as I have worked as a dealer and TD as well, I've always kept the cards, the picture side of the cards towards me.
No, it has to be facing away.
And
Must be.
Thank you, mate. Cheers. This is the whole point of my story. Yeah. So I asked him why, because I didn't know why.
Yeah, go ahead,
Because it felt to me, I always naturally thought that if you show the cards, obviously they can't follow it, but you're putting something in their mind, whatever it might be. But the reason they keep it to themselves, they show the cards to the players, is so that the dealer cannot manipulate the deck, which I'd never thought of, right? And there are just so many different levels to this level of professionalism that I just really appreciate. So loved picking his brains for some of that stuff. But thanks, Berkey.
No worries, man. It's more of
fantastic.
it's more of a reaction because that was some of the basic stuff, and it's funny because people forget about those things over the years of doing it, but there's some of the basic things that I remember getting taught so long ago. And as soon as you said it, it was just a knee-jerk reaction to go, no, you got to put them away. And for that exact reason, you can't be seen manipulating the cards. It's the same thing as when you'll notice good dealers, and I'm not saying a lot of people aren't, but good dealers, when they pull in chips in, they'll never put the deck face down because the deck's never supposed to be facing the ground. You can't cover the deck at all. Mm-hmm. So good dealers will actually pull it in with their pinky.
Yeah.
Hold on a second here, boys. So we have seen a raise from Jessica with the ace-9 offsuit on the button. Gets called from Justin with the 10-9 off. They both have a club, and the board has come down 8-4-5, all clubs. Justin will check. Jessica with the nut flush draw. And the best hand, obviously, at the moment, 91% equity. Justin needs to find a 10 ball and find it pretty quickly. As Jessica is going to bet out one pink chip worth 500k. Back round to Justin now. I'd imagine is going to peel one off.
It's the first time I've seen Justin in glasses. He's gone to super serious mode, eh?
Yeah, I did but just before you got here, I was mentioning, I've seen Justin do a couple of wardrobe changes. What a card on the turn.
Oh, wow.
Both of them picking up a 9 on the turn as the 9 of diamonds just peels off, giving them both a bit of action.
Both getting a 9, both getting a flush draw, but Jessica having a way better part of this.
Yeah, this is a card that Justin can't get away from too. Does have that flush draw. Now has picked up top pair, and he's miles behind to that of Jessica. You can see the equity's 95-5. So Justin needs to find one of those 2 remaining 10s, top right-hand corner of your screen.
The problem is when he checks, this is a candidate hand for a check raise.
Yeah.
This is a massive candidate, and it could get him into a lot of trouble.
Good call.
Totally agree.
Good call.
Great call.
You know, you've got the top pair now, you've got the flush draw.
I'd love to see it go.
Especially three-handed. If he can get away with not losing too many chips on this.
And he just decides to play the low ball poker.
Absolutely.
And keep the pot nice and small, just calls on the turn, no raise coming in. And here comes the river, brings in the king of hearts, the only overcard to both of their pairs. Can't imagine it's going to slow down all that much. Justin would be thinking he's probably in front at the moment. And I reckon this is going to go check, bet, call. There's the first part of that. A check there from Justin. And really the bet sizing here is going to be quite interesting for Jessica. She is blocking the nut flush, but she checks back just in case. And she's going to see the good news. The ace-9 will get it done.
I think Justin saved a lot of his chips in that pot there on that turn card.
Agreed. Now have a look at Jessica, up to 22 million, Berkey.
Yeah, that was 100% a candidate if he was going for, big value in that to check raise that turn card.
It's not a bad check either. I think you're going to get called mostly by a lot by better. There's not a lot worse that you get called by apart from 9s, really.
Justin also knows he's got the chip lead here with 83 bigs, and he doesn't want to give that up anytime soon, especially when they're playing for $131,917 up top.
But
Eat your heart out.
this is what we're saying about with Jessica. I think it's the first time she's gone to showdown.
Yeah.
She's played a lot of hands pre-river. So like she's gone from 11 million to 22 million. That's her first showdown.
Yeah.
So
I think if you've watched her on a stream, she's balanced her range really well as well. Right? She has played a lot wider ranges in random positions sometimes as well. So definitely hard to pigeonhole her as some sort of premium or nit or anything like that.
In the big blind, facing no action because Yifan just limped in with a 10-9 off. So she will check back her option and flick the chips into Dom. Or is it Kyle still?
Kyle,
They look like Dom
Dom's
Parker.
tracking, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, fair enough.
look at this.
To Kyle. And the flop comes down 6, a couple of 3s. So Jessica does flop the best hand. That's not going to stop Yifan from coming in for a bet. He's going to bet out 1 big.
He should be shutting down massively once she calls this flop because there's a lot of 3s and a lot of 6s in her range that she's checking and not raising. So I don't mind the stab, but once she does make this call, I believe the shutdown's going to happen unless a 10 or a 9 comes on the turn.
There's a queen of diamonds, so good shout from you, Berkey. Imagine Yifan will shut down. Chi Kong coming in saying, I believe Jessica will take down the main event title as she can represent all female players to be proud of her. I totally agree with that. It's always lovely to see female players out there competing amongst all the men, and it's predominantly a male sort of demographic that plays poker, but it's also awesome to see all the women out there competing, and Jessica is putting on an absolute show at the moment, so I'm with you on that one, Chi Kong.
Now, Monkey, you got to remember the last 2 major series we've done, if Jessica wins this, the main event has been won by both females.
That is correct.
Ling Lu up there.
Yeah, in Sydney.
When the Colossus series happened, she took down the main event.
Yep, correct.
In an epic heads-up battle.
Yeah, and who was the other one?
No, I said if Jessica takes
Oh, I
this
thought you
down.
said the last 2.
No,
Sorry,
I said
sorry.
if Jessica takes down the last 2 major series we've done.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, Ling Lu winning in amazing fashion.
That was
such a good head.
That
up.
was an incredible heads-up battle.
Yeah,
that tournament looked like it was going to be done 3 hours earlier, and they went on for a 3-hour heads-up battle.
I will give the viewers at home a little bit of insider information. That heads-up battle went on for about 2.5 hours, and I remember turning off the mics at one point and turning to Berkey and thinking, God, get it over and done with.
It was it's a grind. It's a grind to
grind.
commentate on the heads up.
100%, because there's so many back and forths, not many hands, raise, fold, whatever. But how that tournament finished when she made quads.
Yep. All in
with
ace-8 of hearts versus pocket queens.
Yeah.
And the flop come queen, blank, but it came 2 hearts, funnily enough.
Yeah, heart hit on the turn
Yeah.
too. It was just the most epic hand you've ever seen in poker in a heads-up battle. And she was luckily enough to take that bad boy down. And can Jessica do it for the female contingency again here today?
Yeah, I'm obviously always looking for the great stories, and I mean Justin's got a good story as well, having battled from the 2 biggest fields. So he took down the biggest field of the opening event, and this would be the 2nd biggest field, I believe. So
Yeah,
an amazing story for him as well. Nothing obviously against a Yifan at all, but I do really love both of their stories. But for me, Jessica is.
Well, you know what? I will say this:
Look,
if
I
the
can't
first
believe-
tournament you play, you come 3rd, in the APL Millions for 300 lacquer.
Yeah,
I think it's fair to say he's had a bit of run good. Yeah,
Yeah,
Is that fair enough or not? As it
Uh,
goes check, check, check around the corner.
Oh,
and how
yeah.
about that for a Yifan on the turn? Finds the 10 of clubs, making a set. No good for Justin, obviously. He's drawing completely dead,
but
0%
it
equity.
gives Jessica a king on the river for a straight.
That is true. She did flop bottom pair, but it's gone check, check, check. And Yifan finding that set on the turn. So somehow in three-handed poker, we're seeing a bit of action.
Justin just checking, waiting for someone to have a bet so he can fold. But the other two are definitely still in this. Jessica with bottom pair, gut shot straight, and Yifan with the set of tens on the turn.
1 million.
And Yifan's just going to bet 1 million. 3.3 bigs. Jessica does have that gut shot. It almost feels like you almost want to see her call and find that king. You know what I mean?
No.
Like we've just been talking about it, you know.
I don't think
We don't want to be too heavy or too biased in the chat, but you kind of almost want to see her call and spike the king ball and make the straight. But she does make the correct fold, and Justin's obviously not going to compete with 7 high.
I tell you what's sad is at some point I'm going to have to go back downstairs because they will be heads up and heading towards the winner. And it's such a shame because it's, I'm following this journey the whole way.
Correct, yeah.
The whole way, now enjoying it with you guys. And then I'll have to spoil it because now I have to go downstairs, go 20 minutes into the future.
Yes, correct.
And then obviously see the winner. So won't be able to see out the dying seconds of this, which is the worst, right? Go all the way through and then miss the end.
Yeah, it's unfortunately part of your job, though, Jamie. You get to have the spoiler, but also get to come up here and call the action. And we love having you up in the comm booth. I do like the 3-person dynamic that we've got going on up here. You're listening to myself, Josh Monk, aka Monkey, alongside Adam Berkey, and Jamie Hall.
It especially when you've had a long series and your voice is a bit raspy, it has
Yeah.
that third person being able to call.
Mind
someone.
you, MSP in the chat said she doesn't mind a bit of the sickness through the raspiness. So
There's a certain point where it's good, right? You get really bad. It's like, oh no, you sound like you're dying, but a little bit bad, sexy.
good call. Jessica on the button.
Heavily into the Durotus.
Finds the raise with the 7-5 off. She's going to pop it up to 2 bigs. Justin will get out the way with the 10-8 off. Yifan finds the Jack-9 of diamonds in the big blind. He can play this a few ways. He can flick in the call, which he does, or make a raise. Does decide to play small ball poker and just make the call. As the flop comes down 7-7-4 with 2 diamonds. Talk about some action flops. Wow.
I don't want to say it's destined, but she's
Holy cow.
she's getting some good parts of the deck at the moment.
Yeah, she's flopping 3 of a kind and a very sort of camouflage one, I should say. And Yifan also picking up the flush draw in a 3-handed game. So we could see some fireworks here too, Jamie.
5 of diamonds for the fireworks.
Sure.
I didn't want to say it because I know it's the prop card.
Oh, it does. I think it's. Oh no, it's not. It does not fold it.
But Yifan's gone absolutely nowhere on this board.
To 1.7.
Oh, he puts the raise in as well to 1.7. Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a great spot for Jessica.
Yeah.
She's looking down. She's got 69 bigs or 21 million in her stack. She can do some serious damage and or bust out Yifan in this particular hand if the correct cards come out on the turn, like that of the 5 of diamonds, for example, Berkey, which would make it extremely difficult for Yifan to get away from a flush, especially Jack High in a 3-handed game. So she's going to elect to make the call for 1.2 million. After the turn,
I'm
can we
sticking with
find the
brick.
5 of diamonds?
I'm sticking with brick.
And the turn card brings in the repeat 4. Now that will kill the action.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if Yifan got the flush here, he wouldn't be going busto in this hand.
Deb Wishart coming in saying, you all sound like you need chicken soup. Yeah, totally agree with that.
I literally had chicken soup yesterday.
I had chicken soup last night.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I came home and had chicken soup. I also sculled about 2 litres worth of orange juice this morning to get the vitamin C in. And I've come in here and I sound almost worse.
I came in yesterday with cold and flu, 2 different immune drinks, a bottle of orange juice, an actual orange, and chicken soup.
Just quietly dying up here in the commentary booth alongside Jamie Hall and Adam Burke. That's okay. Hopefully I'll be around for the next series as the action is on Yifan.
Let's have a long think about it. I mean, I'm assuming that he checks, I wonder if Jessica will check to try and induce after. He is going to go for a bet.
I don't blame him.
No, not at
No,
all.
no, for sure, for sure.
It's
Three-handed.
definitely a qualification for a semi-bluff here. If she hasn't got the 7 or the 4, he can get her away from a lot of hands. It's just unfortunate on the button she actually has the 7-5.
Well, what you also have to remember is not technically, but Yifan should have more 7s in his range than Jessica should.
In the big blind and 4s.
Do you understand what I mean? So I don't mind him having a bet here and trying to rep him having a 7, and he's going to bet out 2.2 million.
I
Jessica's
reckon
just
that
gonna
she
call.
should have burned a time bank then and just really Hollywooded it out a little bit.
Good on you, Jamie. River card comes in the 6 of hearts. No help to Yifan, who must now think that he is behind with nothing more than Jack High after getting called. On the flop, after actually Jessica bet out 500, Yifan made the raise. Jessica makes the call. He then bets the turn. Jessica then makes another call. So he has to almost certainly know right now that he is miles behind in this particular hand. He's only essentially beating a bluff. And he does shut down. So action background to Jessica with the check mark next to her name. She's going to try and figure out how much she can extract out of Yifan.
The check bet fold.
Arthur coming in saying, do you guys know what time they'll be running the flip for the Berserker? I can give you some information about the flips for the Berserker. And Jessica just going to whack it, and Yifan's got no other choice but to fold.
Nice whack as well.
There's Banana on the Rail with Anthony Russo and Andrew Peng, Cash Ovens, also known as Ash Ovens, and Liam Juhu, obviously sweating this final table. Maybe sweating Justin, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I
But
guess so.
no, Jessica's having a bit of a conversation with the rail too, so a bit of love there.
Might just be enjoying on the final table. See what's going on.
Yeah, I assume some of them are in the deep freeze as well, right?
Oh, yeah, they'll
Or
be
coming
starting
into
at
reg for that.
Yep.
And that starts back at 5, which is in 40 minutes' time.
Vincent Wan's jumped in here, by the way.
Wonky.
Wonky, the big man. I know he's making his way over to Vegas, baby.
Hello.
He's been doing a couple of things over for the World Cup. I saw.
I did actually see a few photos of him
saw
going
some
to some of
photos
the
of that.
games.
Yeah, so the big man is probably making his way over to Vegas to go and score a couple more Royal Flush jackpots, if not take down the main event, because he's due.
He's due for another main event.
Yeah, it's been 6 years since he took down the Aussie Millions for 2 million, so he's probably due to win the WSOP, mate. So good luck to you, Wonky.
Good luck, Wonky. Good luck over there.
Pretty good time to be in the US, right, with the poker in the World Cup. I must be going off there.
Oh, it
Yeah,
would
I'd
be,
imagine.
yeah, 100%.
I mean, apart from all the war and everything else, you know. Otherwise, entertainment-wise.
There is a Berserker flip going off in 5 minutes, Arthur. We just got that information from production downstairs. Now, I can give you some information about getting a seat. You can actually message in from home through your phone to a direct number. We will do that after this particular hand, as we do need to call the action first and foremost. There was a raise to 600K by Justin on the button with the King-Queen offsuit. And Yifan found the 3-bet to 1.8 million, about the same amount of money that Wonky won at the Aussie Million 6 years ago. As Berkey's having a little chuckle. That Wonky's a good friend of mine, so we can give him a little bit of stick here and there. And Justin will make the call from the button. So A7 versus the King-Queen, I should say, offsuit. And the flop. Yeah, that'll work. Another action flop here. Ace, deuce, jack. Justin with a gut shot to make this straight. And Yifan out in front at the moment with top pair.
Justin also picking up the backdoor flush, nut flush draw.
Yep.
So the gut shot and the back running clubs will work for Justin.
Vincent also going for Jessica. Good luck, Jessica, was his actual comment, despite us giving him a little bit of stick.
C2 bet, 1.2 million.
And Yifan's going to come out with a bet for 1.2 mil. Somebody's phone's going straight down the table,
Yeah,
Mike.
it is.
Why not? We've copped every last, bad beat you could possibly imagine bringing the stream to you. I'm expecting somebody to vomit all over the table. That's the next thing that could happen. Bet of 1.2 million. And Justin will make the call, trying to find that gut shot on the turn.
Some of these beats that have been coming out, I wouldn't be surprised.
Good call. Oh, God, my
there
son
it
just
is.
on the turn.
On cue.
Drills it.
Drills the 10 on the turn to make the nuts and the nut straight for that matter. Wowee.
I don't even know what to say there. You just seem to the action hands that have been generated three-handed are just unreal.
Yeah.
Like how many times do you usually see three-handed stuff where it's raise, call, someone bets a flop because no one's hit, and then fold, And we go to the next hand, and it's the exact same thing happens over and over again.
Yeah,
but
good
everyone's
call.
getting a piece of every flop. It's wild.
Yifan, I like this from Yifan, does check it over to Justin after betting the flop. So he's maybe smelt something a bit odd in this particular hand. It looks like he is going to semi-shut down as Justin reaches for quite a few chips.
3.1.
T-Law saying we should get some skylights in PlayLive so we can get
2.6
a
million.
tan going on too whilst we're calling the action. That's a pretty good call.
Yeah. I do wonder with the two blockers to the flush draws on there, if he thinks about checking there sometimes as well with the nuts. Or if he's...
10 seconds.
But what do I know? He's going to get some
Yeah,
value
he's going to
anyway.
get some value out of it.
Yifan does make the call. So off to the river, 7 or an ace ball would be a disaster for Yifan. And the 5 of spades bringing in the backdoor spades. The backdoor straight in the low side of it. The 3-4 gets there. But obviously Yifan drawing dead on the turn after Justin completes that straight with a 10 of spades. So he's going to check the option again.
Wouldn't be surprised if he ripped this one. Force Yifan to call off with his last 6.4 million. The pot is massive. It's 39 bigs or 12 million.
Bam Ches coming in on Twitch saying you guys need IV drips going on in the booth. Pretty good comment there.
That'd be great, actually.
We're trying to keep it as upbeat as possible.
He has
but
just, I think he's just jammed it.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty simple jam. Putting the maximum pressure back on Yifan. Backdoor spades get there. Nut straight is out. And the wheel is also a possibility. But Yifan has not folded yet. So he's
He'll-
going to go into the tank.
He'll definitely be folding this. There is too much out there.
Well, it's the rest of his stack to call. So his tournament life is on the line if he does make the call and
It's either
incorrect.
a very good bluff or
He's going to flick in every time bank he's got.
I don't see how he can call this.
Now, this is $50,000 as he wipes his face a bit too. This is $50,000 for third, 50,600 to be exact. And the pay jump between third and second is 31,200. So this is a big decision in terms of ICM.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what hands I could put Justin on that's going to whack. I mean, possibly Miss Club in terms of what he's actually ever beating. Like, I can't see him doing it with anything else but Miss Clubs that makes sense.
Correct.
But he's looking pretty short now. It's very level with the chips at the moment, but with this hand, assuming that Yifan doesn't call, down to 21 bigs, meaning Jessica and Justin will have monsters.
But with the big raise pre-flop and the call, you got to give him credit for a big hand, and this board just smacks a big hand. I mean, I know he's got top pair, but flush gets there. You know, your ace tens, your two pairs, your jack tens on the turn.
Does make the
It's just,
fold.
it's just an incredibly more amount of chance that he has a big hand there than he doesn't. So I mean, if you,
100%. There's almost no small hands I think he could really have.
And to be honest, if it was a bluff, well played.
yep, there's very few bluffs that he has there
Yep.
that he isn't putting him to the test for.
I agree. Now, just to get back to those flips, there is a way for you to be able to do it from the comfort of your own home and or bed or wherever you're watching this particular stream from. Here's the number, the mobile number, I should say, 0420 397 420. 0420 397 420. Message in your name, your full name, so we can make sure that we can verify it against your account here at PlayLive. The flip you want to partake in,
C2 fold.
and which seat number you would like in that particular flip. And we can take the money straight out of your PlayLive account, enter it straight into that particular flip, and you can be part of the action. And you can actually see those videos on the PlayLive community page. They are dealt live and then uploaded onto the PlayLive community page, different to that of the main page, to see if you have won that seat. I believe also you get a text message if you do win from Tram downstairs who does the flips. There you go. There's the action on that. So there was a limp in from the small blind from Jessica Do, picks up the natural, the Jack 8 offsuit. Justin did check back his option. He's made another straight on the turn with a Jack 10. So he's hit a couple of gut shots back to back. Have a look at that card. So he made it on the turn last time with the 10 of spades, makes it now on the turn with the king of clubs. So 2 back-to-back nut straights. Exactly the same nut straight too. Ace to 10. And Jessica will fire out a barrel on the turn, or a bet, I should say, of 500k. Gets the easiest call in the world from Justin. The river card brings in the 4 of spades. No help to Jessica, who needed to find a 10 to chop it up. Will Jessica now shut down with nut no pair? She's going to check and check mark, obviously, next to Justin, who's got the absolute stone cold nuts.
So there'll be no checking here. Absolutely none. He's going to bet fold. Sorry, in this position.
Yeah, he can't extract any value out of this. I don't see Jessica calling with nut no pair. Oh, she did call. Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Oh.
She's gone Robbie. Gone full Robbie and called with a jack high.
Right, well, there you have it. Well, I wasn't expecting a call there from Jessica, so she's going to be shown the nuts from Justin, and she did call with nut no pair. Right.
What a legend. I love her so much. All right, I'm going to go downstairs and catch Miss Action back some boys. Take it easy.
Good on
Thank you
you.
very much, Jamie.
Jamie
Appreciate
Hall.
it, as always. So down to the final 3. Justin ripping the lead back from Jessica, who had it very, very short time, going back-to-back gut shot straights on 2 different boards and getting a little bit of value on both of them.
It's 200.
So Yifan, our shorter stack, 6.4 million or 16 big blinds short, but not out of it by any means. Justin has 80 bigs. The blinds have gone up to 200, 400 with the 400 big blind ante. Jessica sitting there on 24 million or 61 bigs. Monkey laughing at something, I'm assuming.
Yeah, Tony Wong in capitals, by the way. First time she's gotten out of line.
Yep.
Fair enough. There you go. I agree. So she's played, essentially, you could say 5 days of poker, because this is day number 4 plus the flight. She's gotten out of line once, and it wasn't even that far out of line. She called with nut no pair, hoping to chop it up or win the pot. But it was no good to the nuts of Justin. As we get back to it, Justin does elect to limp in from the small blind, and Yifan's going to check back his option in the big blind with the queen 3 of spades. Justin does have the 10-9 of diamonds. The blinds have gone up to 200k, 400k with a 400k big blind ante. Can Justin backdoor this one into the nut straight again?
See, this one here looks like a more of a 3-handed, hand that's supposed to be dealt out, not all the action ones that we've seen over the last hour.
9 bet, 400.
Chris DE coming in saying, do you think Jessica just paid to see the cards? Probably a little bit, but also nut no pair there is probably strong enough to call. I would fold, but probably strong enough to call. She also has a natural for the back row players, so I don't blame her making a call.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny watching Frenchie this morning. He says, if this was a Baccarat tournament, I'd be winning everything, because he just kept peeling up and showing natural 9, natural 9, natural 8, natural 9.
There you go.
He's an absolute entertainer of the game, Frenchie. It's a pleasure having him at the table.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate we weren't able to capture or commentate, I should say, on Frenchie's action here at the final 9 of the main event. He's
But,
a much-loved character in the game.
But unfortunately, that's part of it. He did go out on his terms, which was the natural 8, the A7 of diamonds.
Was it?
Yep,
There you
A7
go.
of diamonds. He found it.
Talking about a natural 8 on cue right here, Justin. Beautiful, Berkey. What a lead. Has picked up the 10-8 off on the button, first to act in a 3-handed game. Justin basically hasn't gotten out of line either. So some really top-tier poker being played right here at PlayLive. And he's going to pop it up and make it 2 bigs to go. The blinds, like I said, have gone up. You can see them top left-hand corner and bottom right-hand corner, 200, 400, 400. As Yifan in as a small blind picks up the 2 pieces of paint. The Queen Jack offsuit.
Monster 3-handed.
Yep, I would agree.
The 2 goes all in.
And he's going to rip it. And I don't blame him for 14 bigs or 5.6 million. And Jessica's picked up the natural 9, but she's going to get out of the way with the Queen 9 off. And Justin will also flick in his 10-8 off. And Yifan will pick up 1.6 million there. Now up to 18 bigs. He's the short stack at this particular feature table. Very likely at this point in time, Berkey, that we might see a heads-up battle, I'd imagine, between Justin and Jessica. But you can't write off Yifan.
Well,
He
you got
did
to
play
think if you found doubles through one of these guys, the chips very much balance themselves out.
Yeah.
So he's not like he's sub 10 bigs, and even if he gets the double up, you know, he's still punching uphill. He's one double up away from being right back in this. So as it looks, you'd say the heads up battle is going to be between Jessica and Justin, but
And this is a candidate for that too.
three-handed, anything can be done.
Yeah, this is a candidate for making a. I mean, there's a couple of ways you can play this. You can just open shove it and try and take down the blinds, or which he does, or you can raise it up and potentially fold.
He's had just about a gutful. He's just going to start ripping the big hands now and taking down blinds.
I mean, ace is just so. And Justin's got the ace 5, and he's going to ask for a count. I don't blame him asking for a count here with the ace 5. Yifan could be doing this with king 10, king jack, king queen. Ace any three-handed usually is
also
a very strong holding.
Small pocket pairs as well.
Yep.
Your twos, your threes, your fours.
Sure.
You want to jam, not to isolate, but to realise your equity, especially against ace and fives and stuff like that, and have people, you know, fold bigger hands out.
Yeah, good call. So we can tell that the all-in is for 7.2 million. So it's going to cost Justin about 18 bigs. He'll be left with 60 if it's an incorrect decision, or he does lose the pot. So not too much damage off his particular stack, roughly 20%, 25%, I should say. Justin actually looking over at the rail, now down at his feet to see if he can find the answer.
I wouldn't blame him at all if he called this. He's got the stack. He's got the ace. Yifan, with his stack the way it is going to be jamming, as you said, a lot of hands that not dominated, but are behind equity wise.
Well, if you think about this actual jam from Yifan, whilst it is still a jammable hand, he's going to be extremely happy if he does get the call from Justin, and Justin does make the correct fold and fold the ace 5. He'll be pretty happy that he didn't call it off there. But Yifan jamming with the ace 9 there can get hands like this to call.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, to which he would be pretty happy with, obviously, as Justin would be looking to make a straight or to try and hit one of those 3 remaining 5s in the deck. Sorry, Berkey.
No, you're right, Monkey. Down to 3-handed action. We are so many big blinds deep. Even though the blinds are 200, 400, 400, there is still plenty of big blinds in play. Jessica waking up with the King Jack offsuit, an absolute monster on the button. So we will be seeing a raise.
Just going to pop it up to the structure.
Oh,
Justin's actually picked up a hand too. King 10 of clubs.
Look at these hands, Monkey. We had about 2 hands of reprieve where it was just stock standard poker, and now we're waking up with some of these again.
D King coming in saying what flips are available to enter. Just message that number. I'll give it to you again shortly. I have to call the action first. So Justin does make the call from the small blind. Off to the flop we go. Gee whiz, what a flop. The flop comes down, as Berkey just giggles along, the flop comes down Jack, Deuce, 6, 2 clubs. So Justin does pick up the king high flush draw, and Jessica does pick up top pair with second best kicker. So another action flop dealt out, I should say, by May. Can't make these flops.
Yeah,
up,
I know.
honestly.
It's just, I just had to have a giggle to myself. You just like, you know that if you see King 10, King Jack, how many times do you see King 10 versus King Jack, and then the flop comes out Deuce, Deuce 3, you get no action, someone bets, it's
Correct.
a fold, and that's stock standard 3-handed poker.
Yeah.
But no, not here at PlayLive. It's the Jack 6 Deuce, the flush draw versus the top versus second.
So here comes a bet from Jessica with top pair, second best kicker. She is going to bet out 900k. Justin's going to make a very easy call with second nut clubs, and here comes the turn. And how about that for a turn card? Absolutely gins it again. Justin on the turn. He's made 2 nut straights now on the turn, and now made the second nuts, effectively the nuts in a 3-handed game, peeling off the queen of clubs, and actually has a royal draw, believe it or not.
Yeah, I don't even know what else to say to that. It might be a card Jessica can get away from because a lot of stuff starts completing.
And
So
that's
it does go check.
very
check.
good
It's
from
a
Jessica.
Very good check.
And here comes the river, brings in a repeat queen. Now, that is a very dangerous card for Jessica.
Absolutely, it is. I dare say Justin may have a bet out at this, and Jessica will have to call it down with this hand.
Berkey, I hope you don't mind. I need to blow my nose and do some nasal spray, if that's okay.
Mate, you go do what you need to. I will call the action.
Thank you, dude.
The bet is, it looks like 3.5 million. So a rather large size bet into this pot. 8.8 bigs. Jessica considering what she needs to do to get away from this King Jack. The Queen absolutely improving her hand a lot of the time. Having that Queen pair. I don't know how she's going to navigate this, but I'm absolutely not surprised at all if she makes the call. Which she does. Flick in the call. She's going to see the bad news with the King 10 of clubs. And Justin extending his lead, taking an extra 6 million.
Have you missed one hand?
That's a very, very decent sized pot. And we do apologise for once again those who are tuning in. We do have at the end of a very, very long 3 days of being sick. We'll try to bring the action to you as best we can. We are a little bit raspy in the voice. We are heavily on the Duratus and the Difflams and pretty much everything else you can get from the pharmacy that'll help us out. But we promise to bring the action to everyone to conclude this main event. We are down to 3. Justin taking an even bigger lead with 37 million over, I want to say 60% of the chips in play now after taking that pot down. The King 10 suited versus King Jack. New fan sitting there with 7.4 million or 18 big blinds. So Justin, an absolute commanding lead at this point.
No more fluid left in the old...
Yeah, nothing left, Monkey?
No.
Yeah, fair enough. Welcome back, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Tried to go for the old nasal spray, decongestant, but to go in line with today, absolutely out of fluid. For another bad beat. But makes sense. As we get back to it, Yi fan in the small blind does pick up the Jack 6.
Now you are going to see the crowd start rolling in,
right?
Because the deep freeze is going to be going on in the background. You can buy in that for the first 2 hours and 15 minutes. So it does start at 7. Oh, sorry, it does start at 5, and you can buy in all the way up to 7:15.
So we're going to go on a little pause here for about a minute. We've been told. There's Dom just making sure that the production and the broadcast of this is all up to date. So there'll be about a 1 minute pause. Now, Berkey, you know what we should be doing? And no, we're not going to be doing a giveaway anytime soon. So don't worry about that. We've copped enough beats for
one series.
For 1 year, yeah, today. But I think we should maybe, because it's three-way action and because it's a little bit slow and whatever, maybe put some questions out to the chat.
Oh, yep. Anything about the series? Anything that you need us to answer? Anything that's happened? Anything that's coming up?
Yep.
We will do our best to answer. Anything about what's going on tonight with the Berserker and the Deep Freeze? If the chat has any questions or any comments or anything we can answer, we will do our best to see if we can get a hold of any information.
You know what I'll do? I'm going to pose a question actually to the chat across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. I heard this question the other day. What is the best sandwich?
Ooh.
What is the best sandwich? Think about that for a little bit. Chuck your answers in. On the chats, we can play a little bit of back and forth. Yeah, chat roulette. What's the best sandwich? Stephen Colbert does it in his when he has guests on or whatever, the 13 questions or whatever. I think he opens the bowling with what's the best sandwich. So it's a pretty good question, in my opinion.
I know the best sandwich I've ever had, but I've only ever had it once.
Ooh, big call. So chuck those answers into the chats and we'll give you a little bit of a shout out and maybe have a little bit of a, not sure about that, a little bit of a back and forth argument. There's a raise here by Yi fan on the button with the Jack 9 of clubs. Justin did come along from the big blind with the 6-4 of clubs. Flop comes down Queen 10-3. So Yifan does pick up the open ender. And Justin has got nothing more than backdoor 6-4, backdoor 6s, backdoor 4s, or can make the straight. Andrew coming in saying the Mortadella Panini. Without question, too, by the way. Now, actually, Mortadella, I do love a bit of Mortadella, as Yifan does bet out 700k here. Are we talking the Mortadella with the, is it the green olives in it? Or just like the straight Mortadella? Because I'm actually one of those ones who likes the black pepper in the Mortadella or the olives in there. But if you're talking about straight up Mortadella, fair enough.
I'll tell you the best one I had, and I still remember it. I was in New York.
Okay.
I had a Reuben from this little Italian.
Yep, this is going to be an amazing story. Yep.
Yeah, I had a Reuben from a little Italian like bakery
Cats or something like that. Yep, pretty famous.
Yep. So I went in there, had a Reuben, and I was so full because I think it was about 2 inches worth of meat.
2 inches worth of meat.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
on it.
Sure.
But
You're still digesting it now.
yeah, I'm
imagining.
still trying to get through it.
Fair enough. Andrew comes in with the olives. Yeah, good shout. I'm actually with you on that one a little bit, Andrew.
I haven't had that sandwich yet.
Quirty coming in saying, haven't watched in a while. Why the UI, which is the user interface, change? To be honest, we do mix it up for each series down here at PlayLive, and they have elected to go with this red look for today to coincide with the main event here at PlayLive, to go along with the color scheme, I should say, of PlayLive.
Look at this, a bit of action.
Yep, Yifan.
So
in the small blind?
Justin raising it up in the small blind with the pocket fives to 1.2 or 3 bigs.
Yes.
And you finally have the Queen 10 of diamonds. Now, Queen 10 of diamonds, he does have 19 bigs. So there's a couple of ways he could play this. He does end up making the call. We're going to go see a flop. But I do like the candidate there for a 3-bet with the Queen 10 of diamonds.
Agreed.
But we will see a flop, which is, look at
Jeez, he
this.
just flops a set. So Justin, who's made 2 nut straights, a flush, has now hit a set. Right, okay. In a 3-handed game, I've never got this lucky ever, Berkey.
I couldn't get this in full ring, monkey.
I couldn't get this over the course of a year of playing every day for 8 hours as he flops a set now, 3-handed, playing for all the cheese too, 113,000 and some change.
But I mean, if you're picking a good time to run good, it's probably when you're 3-handed in a main event.
Yep. Tony Wong says the Reuben with Tabasco, not a bad shout. Cheese and tuna, toasty at 2 a.m. from A Diamond.
Cheese and tuna.
Yep. T-Law coming in saying, what an easy game. How easy is this game? Yeah, just flopping a set, making a straight, making a flush, 3-handed game.
And getting action still. So he does bet out 800 or 2 bigs and does get the call.
$131,000 up top too, just quietly, as the turn card now brings in the full house for Justin.
You're going to slow down here now that you've got so much of the board. Hope your opponent has something, or are you still just firing out here, monkey?
Look, you've basically got this one locked up, so I'd probably go for another bet. And he does the exact opposite.
Look, you've got so much of the board. You got to try to let your opponent at some point either catch up or hang himself. Especially since his opponent now is short stacked. He's almost got an SPR of 1. So at some point he may even try to buy this pot off you.
Yep.
And
fair enough.
And right on cue, he's getting some chips.
So well played here by Justin. Does check it back for a bit of deception, and Yifan looking like he's getting some chips together.
1.5 mil. Unfortunately for Yifan, he's committed himself so much to this pot.
Yeah, he's bet out 3.8 bigs or 1.5 mil, leaving himself 12 bigs behind of 4.7 million. And Justin must be licking his chops here. He's got the full house, locked it up. He should be behind almost never here, Berkey.
And if you are, it's just a bad beat. So, and he does jam on him.
It's an interesting jam there from Justin. Maybe he was targeting that 9,
maybe
just in case.
Maybe he's hoping he does have the 9. He does get the call.
Yep, fair enough. Now, CK Lifetime coming in saying, you think you're unlucky? He's only made 3 flushes all year. A little bit of an internal joke there for Berkey. And the Jeff Daniels sandwich. Never heard of it. What is involved in that?
Where is it? Where is it? And where can we get it?
There's a couple of people putting in the knuckle sandwich.
That is that time of the series, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll let it go through to the keeper.
Yeah, let's straight through to the keeper.
MSP coming in saying the bacon salami, I should say, brie cheese, sun-dried tomato, baby spinach. Look at how big this sandwich is. Baby spinach, homemade roasted garlic aioli, ham off the bone, and on a toasted sourdough bun.
Everything about that sounds delicious.
Yeah, that does sound pretty
Actually, everything about that sounds
good.
good.
That makes me feel like a blat right now with cheese on it.
You want to go for a sandwich after this, Monkey?
Mate, you know how we run, man. This will finish tomorrow morning at 2 a.m. As Yifan does find the jam here with the ace 6, I should say, offsuit for 4.7 million or 12 bigs. Back round to Justin, who finds the natural 9 in and on the button. He did pop it up originally to 800k. He does find the king 9 off. And this might be a candidate for him to make a call too. It's going to cost him 9.6 bigs. He's got near 100 bigs, so
Yeah,
he can easily call this off.
Any pitcher card here against your opponent who has been jamming a lot, I think is a definite candidate for the call-off.
Never heard of this Jeff Daniels sandwich. I'm kind of intrigued.
Now you got me interested.
Yeah. Query coming in saying, why not the blue colours to match the Winter Championship? I sort of made a little bit of a mention about that. I think it's just because of the main. However, I'm not in charge of production downstairs. We just do the commentary upstairs. And Query also saying, I feel like the red is a bit too bold. Yeah, fair call. I'll take that on board. Bam Chairs coming in saying the best I've ever had in terms of a sandwich was with a 16-hour brisket after 4-hour rest on a fresh homemade sourdough bun. So there you have it.
Now, I've just quickly looked up the Jeff Daniels sandwich, and I'm wondering if this is the same one he's talking about.
Okay.
Yep. It has everyone scratching their heads on the appearance of The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
All right. Okay, here we go.
Okay?
Yep.
Pita bread.
Pita bread, yep.
A thick layer of creamy peanut butter.
Sure.
Crushed cheddar and sour cream potato chips with barbecue sauce drizzled on top.
I've never, ever had that before.
That sounds horrible to me.
Oh, you know what?
just
That sounds
sounds
so
horrible.
bad. I have to try it, yeah?
It sounds so horrible. Peanut butter, sweet sour cream and onion cheddar potato chips, and
Yep.
barbecue sauce.
There's a few people coming in with the banh mi.
Oh, the banh mi. Oh, yeah.
That's gotta be
Absolute
up there.
classic. That is definitely in the top 3.
Dean coming in saying the late night lamb sandwich, also known as the kebab. It's not too bad. Bra Lenciaga. Bra. That's not too bad. I
Bra.
like that. Yeah, bra. I prefer a pitching wedge. Instead of a sandwich. Yeah, very good. Yep, I saw what you did there. Very good play on words. Yep, instead of a sand wedge. Yeah, a pitching wedge. Very good.
Très bien.
Jessica picking up the pocket 9s in the small blind.
Jesus.
Oh, dearie, we're
Jesus,
delirious.
yeah, it's been a long series.
Jessica.
We are going to see this one out as we can, but
It's going to pop it up and make it $1 million
Yeah.
to go. Jessica, right here with the pocket 9s. Justin can't call with the 6 deuce off in the big blind, and that will be all she wrote. Jessica picking up the big blind plus the ante. The blinds here are 200k, 400k with a 400k big blind ante. Anybody else for a sandwich? What is the best sandwich? Mortadella is not a bad call. I am a big fan of mortadella.
I mean, if we're getting into the kebabs,
Yeah.
I'm going to go one step further.
Yeah, sure.
What's the best kebab shop?
Kebab shop.
Kebab shop.
Oh, geez, you're going to
Gotta be
absolutely
all
get
round.
fired in the chat.
I know my one. I know my favourite one. And luckily or unluckily for me, it's about 150 metres from my house.
Must be nice, yeah.
Jessica on the dealer button. King 3 suited. She is putting a fair bit of pressure on, but she is waking up with hands and is... Well, unfortunately, she only had just one cooler before, but other than that, it's been smooth sailing for Jessica.
Yep. There's a question about what that green box is in the background there, Berkey. You can tell everybody about that.
That green box holds all of their cell phones and headphones, so they can't use them on the table to watch the stream. So we can keep the integrity of the tournament and of the stream, I guess. We are watching this on a 20-minute delay upstairs in an absolute room that is very, very isolated. Luckily for everyone else, because we have got that Ebola virus that we keep talking about
Yeah.
from Jamie Hall.
Perfect. Got us nice and isolated up here, Dan Andrews styles, yeah? As Andrew also comes in, says Aussie kebabs in Preston or lambs on Chapel. I tend to agree with the lambs on Chapel. That is a unbelievable establishment, to be fair. Ye fans going to check from the big blind after absolutely flopping nothing more than 10 high. Jessica does have the gut shot to make the straight and the best hand at the moment. Backdoor spades working for her as well.
Right on cue. Justin throwing his phone into that box as he walked back in. Jessica does make the bet in an instant snap fold from Yufan. So Yufan down to 13 bigs. Jessica picking up a couple more chips. And Justin well out in front with 95 bigs or 38 million. Blinds are still 200, 400 with a 400 big blind ante. And look at that, 95 bigs three ways, Monkey. You
Yeah,
have
crazy.
to take him as favourite at the moment. And to his credit, he has been picking up some big hands, but he has been playing absolutely lights out. All of these guys have been playing some very, very top limit poker.
Right
And Justin going into the leaderboard, I think now with the player of the series.
Okay.
So I dare say even after this, to protect that, he'll be jumping straight into the deep freeze.
Yeah, I'd imagine that would be spot on the money.
Because that's 20,000 so far up top for
Yifan's
the
going to
player of the
whack.
series.
Yifan's going to whack here with a king jack offsuit from the small blind straight into Jessica, who can't find the call with the 9-7 off. I would agree. Yeah, it's an extra 20K or something. That would
20K.
Yeah,
And
crazy.
he just needs to protect that lead at the moment. So it's going to be a long day for him, but to try secure an extra 20K up top on top of his payout here for the player of the series.
Fair enough.
I almost put $1 on that, him jumping into that.
Bam Chair's coming in saying another great sandwich is just bread with hot chips from the fish and chip shop with whatever sauce you want. So just a chip sandwich. Quetti coming in saying, do you guys see a dip in viewership due to the new streaming of the WSOP? Yeah, there's probably a little bit about that. We would be transparent with that, Berkey. Obviously, we call the action as best we can back here in Melbourne, but the WSOP is a worldwide broadcast on Poker Go, which does get its own sort of viewers, I guess, or members that are part of that. And it's also streamed, I believe, through regular TV or you know what I mean, Foxtel or cable TV is what I'm trying to find. As there's an all in here from Yifan, and Jessica has actually picked up a hand to call with.
He's jammed with the 10-9 suited. Jessica has got the king-queen. Now, she still does have Justin behind. So I think just the call is in order.
5.5, 6 million, 6.3, 6.45.
She is getting a count.
6.45.
Interesting one, this one, Monkey. Now, with a player behind, are you electing to jam or are you just electing to call?
Look, I think you probably have to jam this over the top to isolate and put a lot of pressure on, like an ace-9, ace-10 that could open up on the big blind. Obviously, if you walk into a monster, it's just part of the game. But I'll be jamming this all into isolate as she's going to use a ton of time banks to make a decision. Hold on. Just grab that.
Yep, get some more Duro-Tuss into you.
Yep.
It's-
Thank you very much, Burke.
A lot to think about. The question is not whether she's calling, it's whether she's calling or jamming. Because the king-queen is just way too strong three-handed. Oh my God, she folded.
And have a look at this.
Oh,
Justin's found
what
the
a
ace-jack.
fold.
Wow, what a fold
What
there
a
from Jessica.
fold.
As I'd imagine, Justin probably would have called over the top. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, we won't ever know.
Wow.
But 10-9 of clubs versus the ace-jack.
I'm going broke there a lot of the time.
So Yifan all in at risk here. Can Justin find the winning hand to bust him out? And have a look at this for a flop. King 8-6, 2 spades. Yifan does pick up the gut shot to go along with the 10-9. Still needs to find the 10 outs. Here comes the turn bricks and the ace of hearts. Big card for Justin. And now the river needs to be a 7 and a 7 only. Otherwise, Yifan will be busted. And a 10 at the river.
Look at that. If
That's-
Jessica calls and
that's
he
just
calls, that's
unbelievable.
tournament over.
That's GG's.
So
Yep.
she gets the king on the flop and the ace, but we're going to lose Yifan with the 10-9 suited.
Holy
and we are
moly.
down to heads up play.
So we put the posed the question into the chats about the best sandwich, thinking this might take a little bit longer, but with everything else that's happened today, Berkey, 2 hands later, bang.
Bang, gone.
Just like that. And Yifan will finish in third. We'll pick up 50,600, I think, Berkey.
Yep. Yes, 50,000. So, well, they are going to have a short break where they reposition the table and...
Yeah, they're going to go for a short break. There was, from what we've been told, the players might be going for a short break to potentially talk about an ICM deal. We don't know exactly the details about that ICM deal if they choose to make one yet, but as soon as we get that information, we'll bring it to you. So maybe if production downstairs can let us know how long this short intermission will be in a notepad on the screen, that would be great.
I think they said 13 minutes on there.
13 minutes, is it?
I think so.
Right. Okay. So it looks like the players will be going for a short break. You can see, we'll actually commentate a little bit through this. There's Bridges Rowe. There's Patrick Russell. Scott Pike, who is one of the head TDs here at PlayLive. I think they're going to be discussing ICM stuff. So we might actually turn up the table audio here for you.
I know we need counts anyway, and we're moving to over here. Let's go.
If I pull last time, you pull?
Yeah, full.
Well, that's actually even better information for us, Berkey. If she moved all in there, he would have folded the ace-jack.
There you go.
So Jessica would have ended up with Yifan's chips.
But they are discussing ICM.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it on the table and see if we can hear them talking.
So it appears that an ICM deal might have been struck between the two. Okay, they're going to go for a short break and be back in 13 minutes. And we have got some information coming in from production downstairs. We'll give that information now. The ICM deal was as follows. Justin will pick up $117,640. And Jess will pick up $96,077. And I believe there might be some money kept aside for the winner. But we'll get confirmation about that from the production studio downstairs, as I believe we might be going off to a short intermission before we play on to crown the champion.
I'm doing quick math. So it was 81 and 132.
Right, okay.
So it's at 220. So that... No, that looks like that might be all of the money.
It could be. But look, you know what? Let's go for a break.
Yep.
We'll come back and we'll get all the confirmation.
We'll get all the information.
shortly.
We'll get all the confirmation, and we'll come back shortly in roughly about 10.
Hands up.
Red. 1.2 million.
So welcome back here to day 4 of the PlayLive Winter Championships. This is the main event. And we're down to the final 2. Now, we do have some information coming in from downstairs. We alluded to it before that short intermission. An ICM deal was done. And we can talk about that right now, but there is a bit of action. So there was a raise to 1.2 million from Justin on the button. And Jessica's in the big blind with the King Queen of Hearts. Might be a golden opportunity to talk about these ICM deals, Berkey.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll just wait to see what Jessica decides to do first.
It was an interesting break for us. The Sudafed, the Duratus, everything going on.
Yep. She's going to put in the 3-bet here to 2.8 million. So action background to Justin, who does flick in the fold. You can see the trophy on the table. They are going to be playing for that and that alone, as the ICM was done.
No, the ICM was done, but the player of the series, the
Of course.
pots points,
Yep.
is still intact. So whoever
Sure.
wins this takes the pots, which is very, very important for Justin. So still plenty to play for Justin specifically.
Yes.
Taking first down because Barang, we do know who is chasing his tail, has a massive stack in the deep freeze.
Right, okay, there you
So player of the series, the pots, is still on and still very, very live. So Justin, a lot to play for still in this heads-up battle.
Okay. There you have it. So let's talk about the ICM chip deal that was done. Justin will pick up $117,640 and Jessica will pick up $96,077. That is all the money. There's nothing left.
There's nothing left.
Nothing left over except for that golden trophy you can see on the table. And that is an absolute corker of a trophy for that matter. And hopefully for the lovers of Jessica, she can take this bad boy down because there's a lot of love for her in the chat and a pretty decent rail, I should say, for Justin. As you can see, players are flooding in now for that deep freeze. Day 2 of that. It did commence yesterday. You do have all the way up until 7:15 p.m. to get into that. Look at the players coming in, Berkey.
I'll tell you what, the room is going to fill tonight. It is going to be massive. So, I mean, as we said, alluded to a while ago, the deep freeze does start at 5 o'clock. So 12 minutes ago, it recommenced.
Yep.
And single entry only. But it has attracted quite a large crowd.
Yeah, it has. Now, we have asked the studio downstairs to put the ICM amounts into the ticker at the bottom of the screen. So you should see shortly the ICM chip chop deal and the amounts to which players scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Something we haven't done before. Have a look at this. Jessica just picks up the pocket queens in the big blind. Sure, that'll work. Justin made the call from the dealer button, first to act in heads-up poker, and Jessica just finds the queens. There's Anthony Russo on the rail.
Look how nice that trophy is.
Yeah, it's a beauty, isn't it?
Gold. I actually held it the other day. It's probably the only time I'll end up holding one.
Yep.
Because I wanted to get
By
out.
mistake?
Yeah, by mistake.
Yeah, perfect.
I wanted to get it out and see how it felt in that. And I'll tell you what, it is an absolute weapon itself. They are solid.
Fair enough. Bam Chair saying, all right, boys, just past midnight here at Disneyland. Must be nice. Time to get some sleep before heading back to the park today. So well played there by Bam. Best place for a sandwich, according to Andrew Saliba, I should say, is in Lygon Street. Fair enough. And he's also asking about this Berserker.
The
Now-
wild berserker.
Now, Berkey, you know what? Because the heads-up action is probably most likely going to be a bit of back and forth and fold and re-raise and fold and all of that type of stuff. Let's talk a little bit about this Berserker tournament on. That kicks off tonight at 7 p.m. It is the final event of the Winter Championship Series.
Mm-hmm.
The name gives it away.
Yes, it is almost like a turbo version of a get out stakes for most people. So it is a $400, $325 plus 75 hospitality package.
Yep.
It's a 50K starting stack, 15-minute blind levels. And then after the rebuy period, I believe it goes to 20-minute blind levels. Has a 25K guarantee. Don't even worry, that'll get absolutely obliterated tonight. People are going to be trying to get out of the series. How much they've got stuck, which, that's actually never a bad thing. Few more $400 bullets into things. But the Berserker itself, it is high intense, quick blind levels, big stacks, and a lot of chips get thrown around quickly in that event. So we did have a bet and a call. So look at this for a turn. Both hitting a pair on the turn. So there was a bet and a call on the flop. Excuse me. Just trying to catch my breath there. The big blind did bet. Jessica did call with the ace high, and they both hit a 3 on the turn. So the option is back on Justin, who does check. Back around to Jessica, who does have the best of it at the moment with that second bottom pair and top kicker.
And now has the best of it.
And now has the absolute best of it for sure.
Hitting the ace at the river there, making 2 pairs, aces and 3s. Check mark next to her name. Went check on the turn. Playing small ball poker, obviously, you can see. It was just a limp in from Jessica, check back from the big blind. Better 400K from Justin. He picked up a gut shot on the flop, made a pair on the turn, but that pair was dead to Jessica's pair of 3s, unless, of course, a 5 came down to make a straight. And instead, an ace peels off, and Jessica has got the best hand and just elects to flick in the call, and she'll take down that pot. The answer for you, Arthur, what's the prize for the pots, was posted on the Facebook page on PlayLive a couple of hours ago. So you can jump on there if you would like, or Berkey might even be able to bring it up on his phone and we can talk about it down the stream. But that Berserker, do we get onto that, Berkey?
Yeah, we went through the Berserker.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm just brain fogged.
Oh,
yeah.
mate, we are definitely at the end of the series, and we can feel it. And I reckon I'm going to spend the next 4 or 5 days in bed.
Yep, good idea. Maybe watching the streams back.
Yeah. So the player of the series, the Pots. Currently, this one's not official yet, but Bareng was in front.
Okay.
Justin needed to finish top 3 to take the lead, but
has.
not over yet because there is still the deep freeze and the Berserker to go.
Yep.
But currently updated first for the Pots is 20,611.
Okay.
Second is 12,882. And third is 7,729 with the next 4 having Melbourne Million tickets.
Right. Okay, sure. Yeah, the Melbourne Millions tickets too.
Mm-hmm.
What are they worth?
2,500.
Hello. As there's a limp in from Justin and a check back from the big blind of Jessica Du, who does have the 7-6. Justin did limp in with the ace deuce suited in the clubs. It's going to go check on the flop of Jack 4-8. Unless, of course, Justin decides to make a bet. Jessica did check first, so the action has got round to Justin. Jessica Du has picked up a gut shot on this board, and on cue, makes me look silly, and he is going to make a bet of 600K.
I'll tell you what, I for some reason when it gets to heads up, I don't pretend like I know what I'm doing because
Fair enough.
you and me very seldom get down to heads up.
Fair enough.
So
Blinds here, 200K, 400K with a 400K big blind ante. This is hand number 43 since we brought the stream online for everybody. The second part of it, I should say. Jessica did make the call, trying to find that gut shot. Doesn't find it on the turn. The 3 of clubs peels off. Big card for Justin, who now picks up the wheel draw to go along with the flush. Now, if the 5 was to peel off, Jessica would actually make the nut straight and Justin would make the wheel. Talk about an action card that would be. But Jessica is going to check from the big blind, and I'd imagine Justin now picking up that extra equity, I should say, on the turn. Will come out for a bet, and he does. He's going to bet 1.7 million. Arthur coming in there. Suggestion for future streams. I'm not sure if it's possible to integrate with the software. I haven't seen it done before, but getting the ICM value of the pots on the feature table would be sick. Yeah, it would.
actually, that would be.
Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, you know what? That might be a copy paste and
Yeah,
put into the old
it's actually not bad.
suggestions box down here at PlayLive. Good call there from Arthur.
I did see recently, and I don't know how they've done it,
Yep.
but GTO Wizard has optimal play percentages sitting
how
next to
good
their
does that
play.
look? Yeah, I like
Have you
that.
seen that?
Yeah, kind of like that.
You know what they should be doing and what percentage of the time. It's actually quite a cool thing. But I assume you need a $1 billion software to be doing stuff like that.
Yeah, you definitely do.
You got to remember the Australian streaming is still in its infancy. We're a long way behind the rest of the world and what they've been doing. Trying to catch up as quick as we can, but
The tech's out there.
The tech's out there,
we just
so-
need to work on that and customise it for the Australian crowd. As Jessica now picks up another pocket pair, heads up. She had the queens, now the sixes on the button. Jim's fishing. Anthony Russo and Tom Morris, twins, question mark. Good call.
sixes versus the king 7 overs. Both premium hands when you are heads up.
Yeah, any picture card suited. It's pretty strong heads up.
7 raised, 3 million.
Quetti coming in saying you guys should post highlights on YouTube. Maybe you already do. I don't know. There's a lot of highlights that are posted on the Facebook page, but maybe putting a highlight reel on YouTube is not a bad idea. That's another copy paste for the notes.
I mean, while we're at it and people are throwing out good ideas, what are some more ideas for the people in the chat that we can do to improve the stream? So
Great
we
call.
We take everything on board and
Throw it back on them.
and throw it back on them and see what we can do, because like we don't have the commentators upstairs. We do what they pretty much tell us to do up here, but we can always hand down a piece of advice and what people want to be seeing.
So raise from Jessica, 3-bet coming in from Justin to 7.5 bigs or 3 million. Jessica did make the call with the pocket sixes. The board comes down a couple of 9s and a 10. Thank you very much from D King 1975. You guys are doing an amazing job. Very much appreciate that. Both Berkey and myself, Jamie Hall, and 3/4 of the staff here are a bit under the weather. So I appreciate all the love. Means a lot to us. We were here quite early this morning to make sure that this main event feature and final table
Would
was-
go off
was-
without a
was-
hitch.
yeah,
And
would go perfect, and copped a series of bad beats you dead set couldn't make up. Probably one for the podcast, Berkey.
oh, that will be a story for the podcast when we eventually get round to filming again. It won't be over the next 3 or 4 days. I can give you a hot tip, because we will be probably bedridden for the next 3 or 4, trying to build that immune system back up and not feeling like the way we are now.
Pretty good call. So it's going to go check from Justin, bet from Jessica of 1.5 million. Justin does make the call with backdoor clubs and a king or a 7, obviously, to help his hand out. 5 of spades peels off on the turn. Pretty good card for Jessica. I'd
10
imagine.
can help him out as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Counterfeit the sixes.
Yeah, good call. Good pick up from you there, Burke. Justin will check from the big blind back round to Jess. Can she fire another barrel on the turn? And she doesn't. Shuts down a little bit. The river card comes a repeat 5.
So didn't get counterfeited in that way. Does have the best of it. 2 pair on the board with the king high is good a lot of the times, especially when your opponent shuts down on the turn.
Yeah, good call.
So Justin might think he has the best of this. So I dare say we may even see just a bet and a crying call here from Jessica.
I think you're probably right there, Burke. But how about this instead to make us look a bit foolish? Justin's going to come straight out and have a bet straight into Jessica.
That's what I said.
Oh, right. I apologise. That's the brain fog and the Durotusk doing its
I
job.
said he's going to
quite
come
well.
out with a bet, and then I reckon we're going to get a crying call from Jessica.
I apologise, Berkey. Sorry,
okay.
mate. Ears aren't working. Brain's not working.
Nothing's really working at this point. The whole body's ready to just shut down as soon as we finish this.
Agreed. Bet 3.5 million on cue, like Berkey said. 8.8 bigs. Back round to Jess. She's got the best hand, pocket sixes. Can she use the old Da Vinci Code and figure this one out? She's going to flick in a time bank or 2. Like to see her make a call here. It would be a huge call. Pretty decent sized pot too.
The
Berkey.
way it was
Just have a
played
look at
out,
it.
I think she'll be able to deduce this for a call.
When are they going to release the drone camera for the feature table? It does exist. I just haven't seen it launched yet. So there you go.
The drone camera.
D King coming in saying that he was bluffing before by saying that we're doing a good job, but I don't believe him. And also said that's a great card for Jessica, but she does elect to put it into the muck.
So Justin just extending his lead just a little bit more,
Yep.
putting the max pressure on. He wants these pots points because they are so valuable. at this point of the series. He does take the lead even if he comes second, but he just wants to secure those extra points because a couple of the people that are hot on his trail are in the deep freeze.
Yes.
And they do have stacks. So I'm sure he'll be fed a little bit of information about that.
Good call. QWERTY also saying, what about a fantasy for PlayLive?
See, that's the thing I have been trying to figure out how to do something like that for a while.
Yep.
I'd like to see a fantasy one done during the Melbourne Millions. I think that'd be a huge series to run a fantasy with.
Yeah, I think that's a great shout from you, Burke.
But that one has been in the works. I've been having a chat with the behind the scenes for a fantasy for a long time, and I think eventually it could be absolutely put into play.
So raise here on the button from Justin with the ace-7 offsuit, and Jessica is going to... Oh, sorry, no raise, just a limp in from the button, I should say, and Jessica has decided just to check back the queen-7 of diamonds. The flop comes down king-6-5. 2 clubs. Justin does have backdoor clubs working for him and the best hand for the time being. Jessica needs to find a queen ball. If she wants to take this one away, it goes check on the flop. Here comes the turn. 10 of diamonds. Probably a card that Jessica could bet if she wanted to, but has elected now to just check it. Back to Justin. I tell you what, Berkey, we went down just before. You might have seen my fat body walking past just before after sitting in this booth for 2 weeks eating hot dogs and everything yummy up here at PlayLive. But
you finding the weight I'm losing, are you?
Yeah, I am a little bit at the moment. I'll be probably gaining a few more over the next few days trying to get over this flu. As Justin does make a bet for 600k and Jessica does make the call, and the river card comes a repeat 10. Jessica has second nut, no pair. What I mean by that is the queen, which doesn't make a pair, is the second nut, no pair on this particular board. But Justin has the nut, no pair with the ace. No pair, obviously indicating that there's obviously a pair on the board. But pair of tens, ace, king.
Look at this lead. Out to 117 bigs. 47 mil versus Jessica's 39 bigs or 16 mil. The blinds are 2, 4, and 4. 200, 400, and 400,000 big blind ante. Kyle's trying to get this one done. Look at him. He's professional as always.
Yep.
It's nice to have the staff on board.
Now, Berkey, here's a question for you.
Always love a good question.
Considering how today's gone, are we expecting some sort of massive cooler to polish this tournament off? Are you anticipating something like that?
It would only be, in true fashion of how today's gone, is another cooler sneaking its way in. I anticipate, an ace-king versus an underpair. The ace hits on the flop, and then the underpair will just get there on the river just as a 2-outer.
Yep, fair enough. So that deep freeze, by the way, we went downstairs, and this was the point I was trying to make before, Berkey. We went downstairs, and that room has absolutely filled up something chronic.
Well, why don't we just see some numbers here for the deep freeze,
I
if you don't mind?
I reckon we should.
I've got it right here. I just pulled it up. So far, 144 entrants.
What the hell? As there was a limp in from Jessica, check back from Justin from the big blind. King 4 versus the Queen 3. None of them have flopped a pair. King 4 still out in front. Justin will check from the big blind. Back round to Jessica Do.
I did get asked by someone down there, are we streaming the deep freeze? I said, absolutely not a chance.
Would be a pretty good event, actually, to stream, to be fair, but we are, 15 days into the series, or maybe even more. It might be 20 days into the series, and we're obviously a little bit run down, but never know.
No, it's always, I think it's a good look to always finish on your main event. I think that's a top way to go out, your biggest prize pool there.
Agreed. Bet fold there from Justin, so
I think it looks good.
Picks up the pot. Oz 3000 saying, big shout out to the commentary team. Absolutely elite. Appreciate that very much. Also to the production team. Love the second table camera view during the exciting spot. So appreciate that very much.
All right, Monkey.
Oz 3000. Yep.
Chris has come into the chat.
Right, okay.
He was in the com box with us yesterday.
Sure.
He goes, you can't make it up. I used to work for Genius Sports where we built AFL fantasies.
Okay.
World Cup fantasies plus a shat load more. He
Yep.
goes, let's make the fantasy happen for the Melbourne Millions.
Well, I mean, unless there's something already in production, then yeah, Chris Deckett, who was in here last night doing the commentary, maybe has the
Chris,
know-how.
I think we will be having a chat about how to get this done.
Comment coming in from not_pro_Jono, so he's not a pro.
Jono's not a pro.
No, he's not.
Okay, yeah,
Did
fair
they
enough.
Did they do a deal?
Yep,
They
ICM
have.
was done.
Now, you'll see that appear in the event ribbon at the bottom of your screen. Remember, because we are on a 20-minute delay, by the time that production have made that change, it'll appear in that event ticker in approximately 20 minutes time from the time that we told them to change it. So probably about, I don't know, give or take 11, 12 minutes from now, it should appear in the bottom of your screen in that little event ticker. It was roughly 117K to Justin, and I think 97 and change to
Roundabout there.
Jessica, something like that, roughly speaking.
But they both want that important trophy because I know Jessica, during her pre-interview, actually said the main thing I want is that trophy. So she's definitely going to be playing that out.
Can't blame her.
Mate, if you can get a main event trophy, you've hit the pinnacle of any event series.
Agreed. Now, for those people who might not be able to make it down to, sorry, pardon me, might not be able to make it down to day 2 of the deep freeze that does close out tonight at 7:15 p.m. Don't worry, the Berserker, that kicks off at 7 p.m. with late registration all the way through until 9:15 p.m. The Berserker is a $400 buy-in, $325 plus that $75 going towards that hospitality package. Stacks, you start with 50K, 15-minute blind levels. So it's a rapid-fire tournament, unlimited re-entries, 15-minute blind levels until registration closes, then 20-minute blind levels thereafter. There's a 25K guarantee on that event. That event will finish tonight, hence why it's such a rapid-fire event, and hence the name, the Berserker. It goes absolutely off its head. So if you've got nothing to do on a Tuesday night, come down here to 129 York Street in South Melbourne and come and jump into the Berserker that does kick off at 7 with late registration till 9:15. It's also a trophied event.
Oh, actually, look down the bottom corner. You can see the ICMs. They've just finally caught up.
There we go.
It is a trophy event, 100% a trophy event.
So
So it's always the closer, the big fun one, the one where people throw multiple bullets into. Even Chris has messaged me and saying after he sorts the kids out, he's coming down to fire a couple in the Berserker as well.
bingo. So now you can see the ICMs at the bottom. They've taken all the other stuff away, but you can see Justin Katsipis there with 117,000 with a full stop and then 640.
Just saw that.
And then Jessica Do with 96,000 with a comma and $77. So they're the ICM chops, and that's all the money. They're not playing for anything on the side outside of the trophy. You can see on the table just a little bit there. You'll probably be able to see it from a different camera angle a little bit better. It's a gold. Well, it's not really a gold plated trophy. Otherwise, it would be probably worth more than the money up top. It's a painted gold, I guess you could call it.
Still looks lovely nonetheless with a big spade and the PL sign in the middle of it. So the PlayLive main event, Winter Series main event. And it's just going to prelude a couple of bigger series coming up as well. So they've got the final series.
Yep.
And then it's going to roll into a massive, massive Melbourne Millions next January.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at the players. They're just still piling into PlayLive. So they've gotten off work and they come straight into PlayLive to play in that deep freeze and or the Berserker a bit later on tonight. There's Bridges running down to try and handle something. There's also another question coming in from QWERTY saying, does PlayLive have any heads-up tourneys?
Not many Australian places will ever do heads-up tourneys, and the main reason for that is just pure staffing that
Yeah.
it takes. In Australia, as everyone knows, the staffing levels are the biggest cost.
Yes.
And when you're, instead of having nine-handed, having heads-up, especially for a lot of play, it's just not a viable tournament. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to have a heads-up tournament, but it's just not a feasible tournament we can be having.
Yeah, good call. There's a couple of questions coming in. One from Charles saying, I'm a daytime type of guy. What starts early? Usually during the series, and this series it will be completing today, there are like midday events that you can come in and play. Sometimes they start around sort of lunchtime-ish, 12, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, whatever. So
7 bet, 400.
there you go. You can always jump into them. You can also look up everything on playlive.melbourne to find out events that go on during the week outside of the series, and maybe that might suit you, Charles. There's another question coming in from, I know he likes to call me like this.
Sorry. Before that, just while I remember.
Just call this action really
call
quick
this
if
action
you don't
really
mind. Yep, so it was limped in from Justin, who picked up the Queen 8 offsuit, and Jessica did check back from the big blind with the King 5. Jessica checked the flop that came down King 9-10, so she did flop the best pair. Justin bet out 400k with a gut shot to make the straight with the Jack, and got called from Jessica. Turn card brought in the 7 of diamonds, giving the full up and down to Justin. On the turn, it goes check, check from Jessica, and a check back from Justin on the turn, and now the action is back on Jessica, who's got a check mark next to her name, making 2 pairs, kings and nines, using the 10 on the board as the kicker to make the best 5 card no limit hold'em hand. She's going to lead out for 1.2 million.
That's okay. I don't see how Justin can be calling this one. It's right on cue as I make the call.
And he's going to call with second nut, no pair, which will happen a little bit in heads up poker. Apologies for the coughing down the mic.
High cards can be good a lot of the time. If you think your opponent's just trying to buy it, you can call pretty light in some of these with heads up play. Now, as I was saying, there was a question before asking when the tournaments will be resuming at Play Live. They will be back on Thursday. So they're having a 1-day break.
Right.
And straight back into the weekly tournaments.
Right. So we have been told here that the players will be going on a short intermission, which is actually a bit of help for us, Berkey. 3, 4, 5 minutes. Actually, we have been told 8 minutes. So the players have now got a scheduled break for 8 minutes, and they're going to go and do that and then play this one out. Whatever time it finishes, Berkey, we'll be back here in 8 minutes to call out the remainder of the action. Thank you very much to the production team downstairs. We'll be back in approximately 8 minutes, Berkey, which is right on cue for us to get some more Durotus into us.
Get straight the Diff Lamb, the Durotus. We'll see everyone back in about 8 minutes.
Yes, Sam.
And so we're back. Right here, Play Live. Heads up action for the trophy. Main event, day 4. The players have made an ICM deal. You can see those payouts at the bottom of your screen. Scrolling there. A couple of little grammatical errors, but
The
numbers are
information is
correct.
there nonetheless.
Yes, that's correct. Jessica Do. Down to 33 bigs now. Limps in from the button with the king 3 off. Round to Justin in the big blind with the ace 9 offsuit. And he's going to put in a raise to 2 million or 4 bigs. The blinds have gone up to 250,000, 500k, 500k. And action back around to Jessica, who I'm going to call is a bit of the fan favourite.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely the favourite because she's known around the traps as, you know, she's been a dealer.
Yep.
She's super lovely.
Does elect to make the fold.
You know, taking nothing away from Justin. He's played an absolutely blitzing of a game. He's picked up some hands. He's played them well. He's limited his, his wrong moves he's made because no one plays a game perfectly.
Yep.
But
Jessica's done a pretty good job of
yeah,
it, though, to be fair.
they both have, and you know what? Absolutely deserve both of these two from what we've seen over the last few days of play to be here heads up playing for all this kind of money.
Couldn't agree with you more, Berkey. And it just goes to show you how impactful that ace queen of clubs, yeah, versus the king 4 of Frenchie, that got Justin up to 15 or 16 million in chips, yeah. Mm-hmm. And he could potentially go on to win this event. So that was a very, very big turning point in this particular event.
It was a big hand against Frenchie because if
Yeah,
Frenchie
huge.
goes on to win
Correct.
that pot, he would probably be, I'd say, in a position very similar to this as Justin. Because we always look back on tournaments and see, you know, those specific hands that really turn the tide, those really large pots that really give someone an advantage to go on to, and in Justin's spot, to be the chip leader heads up.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Berkey. As Justin does make the raise on the button with the ace 3 offsuit. And Jessica's going to come along with the king jack. Off to the flop we go. And Justin does pick up 2 pair on this flop. Flops top and bottom. Jessica, can she find the 10 this time? Justin made a straight on the turn twice, no more than probably 20 hands ago. And so can Jessica get a little bit of redemption and find it for herself on the turn? She does check from the big blind. Back round to Justin, who's flop top and bottom pair, like I said. He's going to bet out 1.2 million. We can hear that from May, who's dealing up the cards. A couple of little questions coming in. Biggest win for you boys in tournaments? I've won nothing more than a Happy Meal.
My 2 biggest scores were actually in the same series.
Okay, there you go. Oh, yeah, we've made a comment about this.
Yeah.
And does watching or commentating on poker help you with your game? I've watched so many hands of poker and I can't make final tables. So I'm going to say no. But yes, I think in general, watching some of the elite players play, the game does change your approach sometimes when you're sitting down at the table. But I'm more of a sort of amateur poker player, likes to flick cards around and not so much a serious, contender. Not like these people.
The theory of poker and putting it in play are very 2 different things. So I've done a fair bit of study with, the guy who's been helping me out a lot, Luke Martinelli. I feel like I can talk about positions a lot better than I can implement them down on the tables.
Yep, sure.
So the study that I've done has helped me go on a few deep runs before.
Sure.
But never to the elite level and the big stage. I did have a series where I got 3rd in the Nightcrawler, and I picked up 13-6 for that.
Just really quickly here, Berkey, I don't mean to cut you off, but Justin has made a bet of 4 million, and Jessica hasn't put this one into the muck yet. So,
oh wow, she has called.
She's going to make a call here and see if she can catch the 10 ball. She's down to 19 bigs now. This is a problematic situation for her as the 8 of hearts peels off.
It's a big pot as well, 14 million, 28 bigs.
The funny thing is she could potentially bluff this card too.
Yeah,
Her hand looks like a draw, so she's going to check from the big blind. Justin, obviously, with the check mark next to his name, flopped top and bottom pairs. And that heart has peeled off. So we don't know, obviously. I'm sitting up here throughout that entire break, just having a bit of a chin wag.
I don't think I can move at the moment.
No, I need a bed and a doctor. And Justin's going to just rip it all in for 39 million with the ace 3 2 pairs. Jessica is going to look down at nut no pair. What I mean by that is she has no pair connecting with the board. She's got the best 2 cards she can have in her holdings to not make a pair. For example, ace, king, queen, jack, and be using the 8 on the board. So she beats every other hand that hasn't made a pair. Okay?
I'm with you.
You with me?
I'm with you.
And she made a call before with the jack 8 with nut no pair
the jack,
before,
yeah.
which was, second nut no pair.
And it was against Justin as well.
Correct.
We were multi-ways.
I actually was the nut no pair because Justin actually turned the straight. So it was actually the nut no pair before with the jack 8. So she is in the tank a little bit, contemplating making a call here with nothing more than nut no pair, but it is heads up poker. And we have made this comment a few times before, Berkey, about getting a pair. You know, you're only 20% to actually hit the board in no limit hold'em. So she's deep in the tank, wearing what looks to be like the Mortal Kombat Scorpion mask on. If anybody knows what I'm talking about there.
I know exactly what you're talking about there. It's taking me back to the childhood there.
She's
Ooh,
really thinking about it. I thought you might have flicked in a call.
So did
there for a
I. I
second.
thought she picked up the chips.
And she has made the call.
No,
and that's
way.
GG's.
And that's game over.
Just like that. Justin will take this one down the main event. Jessica did call with the nut no pair here, and she's going to be eliminated in second, picking up obviously $96,077, and that is all she wrote right there for Justin, the winner of the main event right here at PlayLive Melbourne.
Congratulations to Justin.
Yeah, amazing little battle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And picking up some decent money too, $117,640 plus the trophy. Berkey.
Yep, and the points, very important points.
Super important. So look at him, a weight off his shoulder. And congratulations also, big one, to Jessica, who fought out an amazing battle, picking up 96,000. There's the handshakes. There's the good on you. Thank you very much. He must be pretty ecstatic with this, Justin. And you know what, Berkey? You know, I will say this. There's a couple of things I want to say before we go off air, if that's okay.
Yep.
That was the last event we're going to be streaming here at PlayLive. Despite there might be a bit of demand to do the deep freeze, but I think we might be going straight to the doctors. And I would like to take a little bit of a moment, if that's okay, to thank everybody in the chats, first and foremost, for supporting the stream and giving us some feedback, some comments. We very much appreciate that. We really do. It makes it a lot easier for what we do up here, especially when we're under the weather. So a big shout out to everybody who's joined us across the 3 different platforms, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. Also like to give a big shout out and a big thanks to all the staff down here at PlayLive who have battled through, you know, the flu and some sickness and brought on a humongous series for this winter championship. And they've worked incredibly hard to bring all the action to you at home and obviously to the other players that haven't had the opportunity to be on the stream. Now, Berkey, as it is, it's always a pleasure calling the action with you. And also with all the other guests that we've had on. Pleasure to have them up here in the commentary booth. But until next time, I'm Josh Monk, a.k.a. Monkey, and this is Adam Burke, a.k.a. Berkey.
And this is us from the PlayLive Melbourne headquarters. This is the winter series, and enjoy your winter, everyone, and stay warm.
Opening. Great.